The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School football starts now.
What promises to be one of the state's most compelling quarterfinals, Glycod is on the air. Live from the farm in Lexington, it's Woodford County and Frederick Douglass, the winner, a berth in next week's 5A semifinals, along with two-time state champion at Male, Kellen Barnes, and the rest of our crew. I'm Chris LeBar. Great to have you with us. In Central Kentucky, Kellen, this is the place to be.
No doubt about it, Chris. You have athletes, you have players, you have everything you need. You got famous coaches. I mean, you got everything.
Both these teams averaging 46 points on offense, and ironically, the proximity so close, first ever matchup in the series.
It's incredible that they are close, that they've never played, and they're two completely different styles, so we're going to get to see everything that you want in a high school football game tonight.
This Woodford County program, a great season last year as we look at Douglass here briefly. But Douglass, a nice win last week versus Covington Catholic. They went the distance. Hasn't happened much this season.
No, that's the closest game last week that I saw on their record, and it's really interesting to see how they react to that, how they come back from that, and what they've learned.
And you look at this Woodford County bunch, 11-1. They're following up a semifinal appearance last season, and a lot of weapons, especially on the outside.
On the outside, you have the Aiden, you have Aiden Nelson, and you have the Mackay Smith. But I think it all centers around Preston Stacy in the backfield and how well they can run the football. Woodford
County winners over Pulaski, a very good Pulaski County team last week, almost 300 yards on the ground. We're just getting started. A great night for football. We invite you to tune in tonight. Stay warm. Enjoy the hot chocolate. Turn on the fireplace. It will be temps in the high 20s, and it should be a glorious night for high school football in Central Kentucky. Up next, I'll connect with Dennis Johnson. He has turned the Woodford County program around, and he'll talk a lot about the respect he has for Douglass as well as his improving sophomore quarterback. That conversation when we come back to the farm on Glycod.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by The Prescription Pad, a modern pharmacy with old school values. At 465 Keene Center Drive in Nicholasville. Phone 859-887-2841 or go online to prescriptionpad.net.
Man, they're a handful. That's why they're the number one team in the state. So we're glad to get an opportunity to go over there and play against them tonight.
State semifinalist for you guys last year. Another fantastic season this year. How have you grown from 21 to 22?
Well, I think the experience from last year really helped us out. I think that loss against South Warren, I think hopefully it'll show tonight that it taught us something about ourselves. And we just weren't ready last year. And so I think having to play some games this year, having to go deep in the Franklin County game and taking a loss to Simon Kenton, then having to play against Pulaski County or some of those good teams, man, I think it will help us because we've been in some games of having to fight and struggle and go against the odds some. And so last year, I think we didn't have to do that until South Warren smacked us in the mouth. So I think the lessons we learned, I think, will be instrumental in us playing tonight.
Talk about the growth of your sophomore quarterback. First-year starter Andrew Nason entered the season replacing Bryce Patterson. What did you expect from him at this point?
Well, I knew Andrew was always a fast kid, a great track athlete. He was going to be able to run, and we thought the triple option fit him really well, but he's starting to throw the ball. I mean, now he's able to go second read, and then if he didn't have a second read, tuck the ball and be able to eat up grass with his feet. So his maturity has been really good. Coach Palisas, who was offensive coordinator, they spent a ton of time watching video. And Andrew, and it takes time. And we talked earlier in the season, we were so used to Bryce, who had just a phenomenal year last year. And now Andrew, we're like, man, we wanted to be perfect. And we know that wasn't true, but we know he's grown a lot. He loves the game of football, and he's made a ton of plays for our offense.
Your offense, Coach, averaging 46 a game. Unquestionably, you'll be tested tonight. What makes Douglas D so special?
Well, I think he's got to start with their front guys. The Hand kid and the Harkers kid are two monsters in the middle. And then, I like the Neal kid. And then they got, you look on the back and you got a UK commit, Ty Bryant, who can cover up a lot of ills. And then you got Jeremiah Lowe's, got a ton of offers and two good corners. And so, and they play good team defense. And they do a lot of slanting for a team with that much skill and athletic ability. Most times you can just play base and get the job done, but they were able to incorporate slants and moves and pressures. And so they put a ton of pressure on the offense, and they get them in a lot of a negative down situation. And so we got to try to stay in front of the chains tonight. And I told our guys Monday, I said the one thing we have to do is we'll try to win the field position war, because I know Calf was up, I think 6-0 going in the second quarter, but I know from the second quarter on 3 or 4 times they were punting in their end zone, so you give them a short field and a team with that much talent, man, it's going to take advantage.
What's this game come down to tonight?
No, I think, like I said, field position, turnovers, and then we got to be great tacklers. TJ Horton is probably one of the premier backs in the state, strong, big, and fast. And if we sling him around and don't hit him and bring hats to the ball, him along with all the other guys will break a lot of tackles. So we got to be great tacklers tonight.
Dennis Johnson, head coach of Woodford County. We'll be right back.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Glycon on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycon.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The prescription pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glaycod.
Welcome back to Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington. Now for the keys to this matchup presented by CSL Plasma. Become a plasma donor today and help save lives with 2 locations in Lexington. Kellen, what's most important?
You know, honestly, Chris, I think it's who can control the ball in the field position. You know, you heard Coach Johnson talking about field position and turnovers. Those are very important keys tonight. You know, it's cold. Whose hands are going to hold onto the ball? It's going to be slick out there just from the coldness and really the field position.
Passing the football is certainly more prevalent for Douglas, what they like to do. Perhaps the weather hinders that a bit?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. It's not windy, but it is cold. So we'll see what happens as the players get warmed up and get loose out there. You know, watching them on tape, Frederick Douglass is explosive, so they're going to try to remain explosive.
The defensive pressure that Douglas's front implores, and you've got Harkless in the middle off to Auburn. You've got Hand right beside him, both those guys in the verge of 300 pounds. Mismatches most Friday nights.
Yeah, and they're going to be, again, tonight. It's going to be how Woodford County can handle them. Do they run outside? Are they forced to go outside? Are they forced to go away from Preston Stacy? So we'll see if Woodford County can handle those guys. And Harkless, you know, he's just a monster in there. And we're going to see what he's all about tonight.
You referenced Stacy. Gosh, it seems like he's been wearing the black and yellow for years at Woodford, and he really has on the verge of over 3,400 rush yards. What makes him such a strong back?
You know, it's his experience, number one. He's got a lot of experience in how to run. You know, and number 2, tenaciousness. You know, he's fundamentally sound. He's in the right place, and he runs hard with a lot of heart.
It's been a very difficult and trying week for this Douglas program. Despite the win versus Covcath, they were dealt an injury as Corey Gamble was actually in an accident after the game last week. He will be okay. Certainly he is out for the season, and Coach McPeak will talk more about that tough situation as well as the mutual respect that he has for Woodford County in that conversation when we come back on Glycod.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small-town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glaycod.
Nathan McPeak, head coach of the Broncos, joins me. Coach, whirlwind week for you guys, not only football focused, but the health of Corey Gamble. How's he doing?
Appreciate Glycod and appreciate you guys having us on again for the region finals. But he's doing okay. He's lucky. He has surgery on both legs and has some fractures in both legs and got transferred to a rehab facility yesterday, and he's got to learn basically how to walk again, with those legs being repaired. So it'll be a slow process, but he's alive, which is good. And it was a long weekend for me this past weekend, but I had that occur. I had to be there for him late after the game on Friday, early Saturday morning, and then obviously had to get ready for a really good Woodford County team. So but it's a blessing to be able to play in the region finals. This is the fourth year in a row for us, and hopefully we can bring it home.
As you look back on that performance versus Covcath, what stood out?
Our defense. I mean, anytime you give up 40-something yards in a game, you're going to win.
Steve Gunter.
A game. So our offense wasn't as sharp as I would like it to be. I wasn't super happy with how we executed our plan. I mean, we made a few plays. I thought Cole played pretty well for the most part, but we got to be able to run the football against a heavy box. At the end of the day, we have to be able to throw the ball, but when it's 25 degrees outside, it's hard to throw it 30, 35 times and win a game. So we got to be able to figure out ways of moving the ball in the run game, because teams are going to stack the box because they know they got to stop our run game. And we just got to figure out ways of doing a lot better. I mean, we had 98 yards last week on 30 rushes. That's not going to get it done tonight to win the game. But our defense was elite, and they've been elite all year. And, we got to rely on them again tonight to play well against a good triple option attack.
It does bear mentioning the special teams issues last week. How much of a concern is that moving forward?
Well, I mean, Corey's our short snapper, so, we've worked on it this week. Terrion Hicks will be our short snapper, and he plays corner for us as well. And, a couple times it was, a snap issue with our backup snapper after Corey. He really couldn't play the second half last week because he had a rib injury prior to, being in a car wreck. So, we had our backup snapper in there in the second half, and he didn't get the job done. So we went through a few guys this week, and we'll see what T can do. He's also our punt snapper. So, hopefully we can do a little bit better. I know Cooper is a great kicker, but, we've had some issues with field goals this year from a variety of reasons. And, we got to do better there for sure. And it's not a lack of working on it, that's for sure. But, we did have a big special teams play with the fake punt. I think that changed the game. So, that was a great call by Coach Catter and our special teams, and he saw it on film all week. So we got to continue to be good there, and obviously our field goal and PAT teams got to be better.
You talked about the eliteness of your defense. What is the specific challenge with facing this Woodford triple option offense?
It's obviously we play wing T a lot with Team Up North and Coach McKee, but this is a different deal because they have an excellent fullback and they have athletes at wing. They have kids that can run, and obviously Preston Stacy is a load. So you got to be, assignment football based. Guys can't do other people's jobs, because when you do, that's when they bust you. And, they scored a lot of points this year. So we we gotta, hold them down. Obviously it'd be great to hold them to 7-14 points, but that's going to be a hard job to do. And, we've prepared for it this week, but, you can't simulate that in practice with your scout team. So, the kids got to get used to the speed of seeing the ball, and, you got to make sure everybody's on, fullback and quarterback and then the pitch man.
You evaluate their sophomore quarterback, Mason. What have you seen from him?
He's a tough runner. He's actually faster than what you think. He's very elusive. He runs the ball well, and he throws quick screens out there to their athletes. I mean, Aiden Nelson and Micaiah Smith are, two of the best athletes that we're going to play all year. Obviously this is a region game. You're going to play great opponents, but they're athletic and they're getting recruited at the Division I level for a reason. But he's doing a really good job distributing the ball and reading the defense. And, we got to make sure we're accounting for him tonight.
Good luck, Nate.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Head Coach McPeak will be right back on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back to the farm. We'll be right back with live football in just a minute.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
From Glycod, it's R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School Football. R.J. Corman Railroad Group in Nicholasville, serving the railroad industry since 1973. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance Agents Sean Atkinson and Kyle Rowe, big on commitment. Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires. The Jessamine County Health Department, jessaminehealth.org. The Prescription Pad, your local pharmacy in Nicholasville. Elite Building Products for all your window, door, and siding needs. CHI St. Joseph, Jessamine. And Citizens National Bank. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School Football.
Welcome back to the farm. Chris LeBar, Kellen Barnes, our producer tonight is Jackson Miller. Lots of activity here in the state quarters as we kick off here in about 5 minutes. What other games stand out for you tonight?
Well, you know, in the 6A you have a lot of good matchups, but in our 5A bracket here, if you look at it, we're going to see South Oldham is playing against Bowling Green, and that's going to be one heck of a matchup. Scott County, as Coach McPeak referred to, the team up north, you know, they're playing Southwestern. Every matchup in the 5A bracket is great. Bowling Green, South Oldham, Owensboro at Fairdale. You know, all of these are great football games.
Trinity Bryan Station, that game airing right now on Glycod. They had an early 7 o'clock start. We will update you as soon as we get a score. And also in 1A action, Holy Cross of Louisville, they are hosting Crittenden County. We will update you as well on all of the other games. As it pertains to this one, Woodford's their bread and butter is that triple option. Let's talk more about that.
Well, when you come to the triple option, you have 3 versions, all right? You're going to have the midline, which is going to hit in the inside. You're going to have the inside option, and then you're going to have the wide veer or the outside option. And, you know, it's just going to depend on how, you know, the Broncos are going to line up and how Nason can read it, and he's going to get up there and check at the line and see if he can get him in the best version of the option. You know, there's some tricks with it. You got the counter option and the belly option and all of those things. But really, they're going to stick to the inside, middle, and outside.
Aiden Nelson, he is so prolific, just a tremendous athlete. He'll do it both through the air and on the ground. Mackay Smith, an exemplary athlete, but a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of a sophomore quarterback in a big game.
Yeah, you want him to. You hope all those experiences that Coach Johnson talked about throughout the year have really matured him and gotten him ready for this. We're going to see how he reacts. See if he grows up tonight, Chris.
And for Frederick Douglass, their offense, although McPeak wasn't too delighted about their offense, they looked pretty good to me last week. Cole Carpenter, what he's done this year, all those touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. He's much more than a game manager.
But without a doubt, he is. You know, I was looking for my research before the game, and I was surprised to see, you know, no offers. That kid's got a great arm. He's very composed in the pocket. You know, he really distributes it well, and he is a weapon in and of himself.
Yeah, Cole Carpenter, Madison Southern transfer, only a sophomore, 19 touchdowns and only 2 picks. And then you look at Douglas and all the firepower outside with Webb and Dunn and Johnson, and then 3 great backs, Hart, Horton, and Bryant. You're a defensive coach, defensive guru. What do you do, and how tough is it for a defense to contend with all that arsenal?
You know, you're going to have to take some chances, Chris. You're going to have to lock up on the outside and hope that the weather affects the throwing of Carpenter a little bit, and you got to stop one or the other. You got to pick one, and I think they're going to start to try to stop the running game first and force them to go over the top.
Coin toss occurring momentarily. Tommy Newton and his 7-man crew, a great coup for those guys as they will referee tonight's ball game. Kickoff when we come back. Woodford County, Frederick Douglass, the winner on to the state semis next week. We'll have it for you in just a moment on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School.
Woodford County football to start as Cooper Ranvier with a touchback, and Yellow Jacket football from their 20-yard line. This Yellow Jacket offense will feature a new right guard tonight. That's news as Ball State commit Tristan Cook tore his MCL in practice this week, so that means a reconfigured line, including a couple of sophomores.
Yeah, we're going to see, again, we're going to see if they're mature enough to play, Chris.
This Woodford County offensive line will have Alba on the left side, Cowing a senior at left guard. Zach Araya Hall is the center with Kyle Woodside and Sam Garrison, the right tackle. Quarterback is Andrew Nason. Running back Preston Stacy, 3,400 career rush yards. And then Aiden Nelson and Mackay Smith, two outstanding receivers. So Woodford County football to start. And there's Nason creeping around the edge, and first down up to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was what Coach McPeak talked about, the speed of the option. Nason pulled it, and he got around the edge. It was an easy read. The end crashed, and he got right around the edge.
This Douglas defense, coordinated by Jeffrey Poe, giving up just 5 points per game tops in Kentucky. Brooks and Busen on the edge with Harkless and Hand inside. Benford and Neal, the linebackers, with Hicks, Kinney, Bryant, Lowe, and Dixon, the secondary. So Woodford County football. And there is Stacy, and Stacy will twist and turn for a couple with his first touch. And it's second down and long.
They're staying away from Harkless, Chris. It's a smart deal, but again, they're going to see those two high safeties of the Broncos, of Frederick Douglass, and they're going to continue to run until they get those safeties in the box. And just so you know, this is exactly what Woodford County wants right here, 3 yards and cloud of dust.
Nason up under center. And Stacy inside again. And that front for Douglas awfully sturdy. And the Jackets will stare at third down and long.
Total penetration. No hold there, no blocking up front for Woodford County. Harkless, again, the man in there.
Yeah, Jamarian Harkless, 22 tackles on the season, and all these lopsided affairs. He's not played a lot, certainly in the second half, but in close ball games, he is unquestionably a difference maker for this Bronco defense. And Douglas trying to get off the field here as Woodford stares at third down and 7. And Nason is going to put it in the air, and he's going to dump it to Smith, and that ball batted away and incomplete, a little bit high. And E.J. Clinkscale with the pressure.
Yeah, it looked like he just rushed it just a touch, Chris, and overthrew him. He had him open. They had him open. Miss Smith was open. Just a little hitch route there.
Our first look at Woodford County's Sawyer Ford. He'll moonlight as the place kicker as well. And Cameron Dunn back for Douglas. So after giving up a first down on the game's first play, Douglas now forcing a Woodford County punt. And Ford, a spiraling low kick. It'll chase Ty Bryant back to the 25, and Bryant slides up across the 35 to the 36. So an 11-yard return, and Douglas will drop anchor at their 36-yard line.
That was a really good kick, really good coverage for Woodford County. You got an explosive kid on the ground. That's the most important part. And we got the ball here at the 36 on the hash. So we're going to see what the Frederick Douglass comes out and do. I think they're going to run the ball, try to establish some control of this game.
Broncos offensive line left to right. It's Kennedy, Lawson, Tyler Grimes is the center, Brandon Lout, Zuri Madison, right guard, right tackle, respectively. Cole Carpenter, the quarterback, and Carpenter will hand it off on the inside, and that's Horton sliding across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Chris, it's going to be interesting to see how Woodford County is going to adjust. They're in a 4-4 front, and we're just going to have to see how they adjust when Frederick Douglass spreads them out like they're going to do right now.
Tylon Webb, Tate Johnson, Cam Dunn. By the way, the three top Douglas receivers, all, of course, in different formations. Gain of 5, leaving second and a nickel for Douglas from the 41-yard line.
Oh, false start. We got a false start here.
We sure do. So that'll be a 5-yard mark-off on Douglas.
Chris, you had an unbalanced formation. It looked like they were going to kind of trap back to the weak side.
Woodford County defensive front includes Brown and Henry Clay transfer Potts on the edges. Matt Sowards is the nose. Grant Garrison at 57 tackles at linebacker along with Preston Stacy and Davon Sturgis. The corners are Max Sperry and Brent Johnson with Carroll, Nelson, and Smith forming the safety core. So second down and 10 now for Douglas after a 5-yard mark-off. They'll have it from their 36-yard line. Graham Dunn in motion as Carpenter hands it to Horton again, and he'll slither across the 40 before he's stacked up, and nice 5 or 6 yard run for TJ.
Yeah, he really has some special feet there. I mean, that was an incredible little run. He made 3 or 4 guys miss just right off the bat.
Horton 57 rush yards and a score last week versus Cov Cath, and one of the keys to this Douglas ground game, they've got so many fresh bodies.
Yeah, they've got 3 or 4 great backs, and they're just loaded with talent. We're going to see 3rd and 4. This is a big down for Woodford County. Can they get off the field?
Cameron Dunn split out to the near side. He had 2 scores last week. He'll be lined up in the near slot. To his left is Ty Webb. So it's 3rd down and 4. Reconfigured formation as Cole Carpenter will converse with the back behind him, and Corton's going to heave it. He's looking for Dunn, and he is held coming up the sideline. That's Tylon Webb, but a clear hold on Woodford County.
That was a hold, I will agree. It couldn't have been pass interference because he threw it right out of bounds. That looked like an RPO, Chris. I think he read that because they ran a counter tray action up front.
Webb being held up the near sideline all the way up right after the line of scrimmage.
They called it right.
Again, Tommy Newton is the white hat tonight. Tommy's also got some black earmuffs underneath that white hat. It
is chilly out there, Chris. You know, that's the case of the corner there in cover 3 back there, and he fell asleep watching the run, and he had to grab the receiver there, not give up the touchdown.
So Douglas with a first down at the Woodford County 48-yard line. Woodford County with a first down in the game's first play. Then they were forced to punt after 3 unsuccessful tries. Horton leaks out of the backfield. Here's an inside handoff from Carpenter, and hard-earned run for the Broncos up to the Woodford 46. That'll be Ty Bryant.
Again, like I said, we talked about the running game. They're determined to get this running game started.
Well, Coach McPeak talked about the weather conditions, and it may be more difficult, perhaps hinder the aerial attack of this Douglas offense. Temps in the mid to high 20s.
Yeah, I agree. The ball might be a little slick, but again, it's not very windy tonight. Maybe a little breezy, but I think they could, once they get warmed up and get an idea, they'll have to start throwing around a little bit. Woodford is stacking the box.
Now Carpenter will put it up in the air on second down and long, and he's going to heave it down the middle of the field, and that ball is picked off on the carom.
What a play.
Intercepted by Woodford County on the carom.
Wow. Chris, he was beat over the top. The safety was beat over the top by the speed of the receiver, and he fought for the ball. The ball was underthrown, and it caromed off of the Frederick Douglas receiver and right into the Woodford County man's hands.
So Cameron Dunn, the intended target. See if we can get another look at that on the carom as Carpenter throws his third interception of the season. And we'll see how the Jackets do with sudden change here. They'll have it at their 12-yard line. And Nason, he's going to put it up, and he's got Makai Smith. And Smith will twist and turn up to the 20. A gain of 8 on first down.
A lot of respect out there by Hicks. He is well off of Makai Smith, understandably so.
Here's that interception as that ball caromed off of Dunn. And it's Woodford football at their 20 on second down and 2. And Nason will flip, trying to get around the edge, and a small crease and perhaps a first down for the Jackets as they take it up to about the 23-yard line.
Chris, you're going to see that all night. Usually you don't run a sweep-like play into the sideline, but option teams do it all the time to surprise the defense.
That was Makai Smith on the load. So recycling of downs for the Jackets after their second first down of this game. They'll have it at their 24. Aiden Nelson split out far. As Nason will find Nelson, and Nelson bobbles it for an incompletion.
He ran before he caught it. That was the first time Woodford's really spread it out, Chris. So, they might be trying to get Frederick Douglas running around a little bit, get him tired so they can come back inside to run.
That'll stop the clock at 6:03 in this first quarter. No score. Both teams have had the ball once. This is Woodford's second possession after the interception off the deflection. And the Jackets crawling up the hill here on second down and long inside their 25. They're trying to get a quick hitter inside. That's Stacy dragging the pile for a couple up to about the 27 or 8-yard line.
That was his best run so far. That was, again, the midline, inside zone, or inside option, excuse me. They're moving them. They're staying away from Harkless. 3rd and 5.
He'll actually mark this up at the 30 as Isaiah Kinney came in from his safety position to net the stop. And the Douglas defense trying to force another Sawyer Ford appearance. He, of course, the Woodford County punter.
Yeah, Chris, this is a very important first down here because, again, you're going to flip the field position.
Stacy, he is right behind Nason, and Stacy gets the call and just nothing inside. And the Douglas front sturdy again.
Chris, that's a sophomore quarterback there. He let the fullback take it. He was trying to pull it, and he let the fullback take it. Sophomore getting overridden by the senior there.
So here trots Sawyer Ford to kick again, and despite the turnover, this Douglas defense forcing 3 and out is Ty Bryant and Cam Dunn set to return for Douglas. Ford 5'9", 160-pound senior, and a low snap. And Ford, a high but spiraling kick. It will evade Dunn and be scooped up at the 41-yard line. Net punt of 29 yards, and the Douglas Broncos will have it at their 41.
Well, Chris, we talked about all the points, and a defensive grudge match has broken out so far.
Coach McPeak felt like if he could hold the Woodford offense down, he said, 7 to 14 points, that would be a good number for them. And you got the weather conditions and two very strong teams. This very well could be a low-scoring game. Thomas Howard is on in this formation. He'll be lined up at the near side H-back as Carpenter in the gun on first down at 10. And Carpenter will hand it off inside up to the 43-yard line.
Man, Horton just kind of dances around there. It's really nice. He just kind of moving forward, waiting for it to open up, and he works 5 yards out of it. That's a really good run for him.
Horton over 600 rush yards on the season. So we slide under 4 minutes in a scoreless first quarter. Live from the farm in Lexington.
Nobody over the top. You got man-to-man coverage out here.
Trips in the near side as Carpenter hands to Horton. And Horton with a crease and the edge and a first as he's slung out at the 40. And Horton galloping for 16.
Yeah, he started inside in the Woodford County end. He kind of turns it in a little bit, and Horton's around the edge. Before you know it, that kid is super fast.
We've seen him with a burst around the edge. We've seen him between the tackles. And Horton with a nice block on the right side of that line. That's at right tackle, Zuri Madison at 277 at the junior right tackle position. So 1st and 10 for Douglas as Carpenter. He will dump it out in the flat, and that ball is caught by Tate Johnson. And no one near Johnson as he just pilgrimaged down the field.
Yeah, Woodford County is bringing a lot of pressure. They're trying to get after this passing game and also to stop the running game. So they're forcing themselves to play cover zero out here, and the defensive back just got lost out here.
Johnson's 14th catch of the year. He's probably about the 5th option in this offense. You can't take them all away, and he was wide open on the near sideline.
Yeah, when you blitz, you got to hope it gets home. That's all there is to it, and they didn't get there, and he was able to get out to his safety valve.
So the Broncos on the march. They'll have it at the Woodford 34-yard line. Davon Hart is on in this formation as Carpenter will inside handoff, and that is Horton a lash away from taking it as he's tripped up at the 31.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of motion here to unbalance it, Chris. They see that Woodford is in man-to-man, and they are trying to move people around quite a bit.
That'll net a Bronco first down after the 9-yard reception by Johnson on first down. So Horton moves the sticks. And it's 1st and 10, just outside the 30-yard line.
Again, no one in the middle of the field for the Jackets.
Hart in motion, and Horton gets the call, and Horton will dance to the left and dart up inside. He'll take it to about the 27 and a gain of 4.
That is all him. There was absolutely nothing there, and he just made those guys miss and got 4 yards.
Very instinctual for TJ as we have an official stoppage. Did not see a flag. And still don't.
No, there's no flags.
Tommy Newton and crew. We'll find out here momentarily. Oh, my. Wow. So unsportsmanlike on Douglas, and that's a big one. That's a 15-yarder.
Unusual that you don't see a flag go way up in the air for that after the play. It was a dead ball foul. So
that occurring after the play. Broncos' second penalty in the first 10 minutes of this game, and they'll have it at the 43.
This is going to force them to have to take a shot at some point.
Carpenter in the gun, and he's going to heave it to the boundary, trying to find Webb for an incompletion.
That was a cold throw, Chris. That was a really cold throw. He looked cold out there.
Preston Stacy in coverage. And it's now 3rd down and long.
Yeah, you got to be thinking screen or draw here if you're the Woodford County defense. You don't want to give up 10 or 15 yards and definitely don't want to give up the first down.
Perhaps 4-down territory, depending on the outcome of this play. As Carpenter in the gun, Davon Hart, the lone back behind him, and now Hart will be reconfigured to the right of Carpenter with Cam Dunn in motion, and Dunn the decoy is Carpenter going to heave it. He is looking for Tylon Webb, and that ball is nearly picked off again.
He was triple covered. That was set. That looked like they were going to throw it deep the whole time. That is great coverage by Woodford County. They were all over that, Chris.
Aiden Nelson on the pass breakup. The incompletion forces a Broncos punt. Cooper Ranvier will trot in.
Plant your heels on the 10 here. Let it go over your head. Ground's hard. Never be afraid to wave that fair catch sign, especially in this situation.
Aiden Nelson set to return for the Jackets as Ranvier on the punt against special teams, especially the snap game, an issue last week for the Broncos.
Let's keep an eye on it.
Terrion Hicks will be the long snapper this week. That's a beauty. And Ranvier going to go Max Duffy style and try to pooch it inside the 15, and it's going to trickle home inside the 10. And a great kick down to the 7-yard line. That'll be a net punt of 50.
Again, what Coach Johnson talked about in the pregame, he saw Covcath get pinned down quite a bit. Great special teams, great kick.
So Ranvier turns the field over, and the Jackets perched inside their 10-yard line. And, of course, ball security always so prevalent, but very important inside your own 15.
Don't be surprised if we see Woodford County maybe take a shot here to turn the field really the other way.
And Nason in a shotgun. He's going to hand to Nelson coming around the edge, and Nelson chased down laterally. Closing speed by Darian Neal.
Man, they are fast. That was impressive.
That's Neal's 50th tackle of the year as he chased down Nelson coming around the corner.
That's some impressive team speed there. Every single one of the Frederick Douglass defenders was on that tackle, Chris.
Now you referenced the Jackets taking a shot. Perhaps that was their shot. I'm not sure they want to be too risky here.
Probably not. We're probably going to see a couple of runs and then a punt.
Under a minute in the frame. Perhaps not. Nason. And that ball deflected and incomplete as he was swallowed up at the point of attack.
Wow. Yeah, that was great pressure. That looked like Harkless in there again, pushing the pocket back into Nason's lap.
That's Jalen Hand.
I apologize. It was Hand. I apologize.
Pass breakup. And the clock now idle at 53.4 as Douglas forcing third down and long.
I think you got to be smart here and do something safe. Screen, draw, something. Just get the clock rolling again. Get your kicking team out there and get the ball punted away.
This is a big play in this game as Nason up under center. And the ball flipped around the edge here to the 15, 10-yard line and chased down. That was Kenyon Maxberry, well short of a first down.
Again, that's the safe play for them, the sweep, the toss sweep. Get as many as you can. Get your punting team out there. We might be to the end of the quarter here with the way the play clock is set up, so it's gonna be close.
Officially a gain of 1 for Maxberry, and on to punt for the third time is Sawyer Ford. So Ford perched inside his own end zone.
Chris, I think we're going to get the quarter here.
With Dunn and Bryant back to return at the 40, and we will. So that'll close the first. No score on the farm. Woodford County will punt inside their end zone when we come back to start the second quarter on Glycod.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glaycod.
Woodford County to punt as we welcome you back. No score after one.
It looks like Frederick Douglass is going to come after this one.
Sawyer Ford. Perfect snap, and Ford just does get it off, and it's his best punt of the night. A spiraling kick. It'll chase Cam Dunn back to the 45-yard line and rolling down to the Bronco 40. A 51-yard punt for Ford.
That was what they needed. That is a special play there by the punter.
So this Broncos offense back from the 40. TJ Horton been very efficient on the ground. Also Tate Johnson with a 9-yard reception. Those have been the highlights for the Broncos. Also an interception from Carpenter. And despite a first down in the first play for Woodford, they've had some difficulty thus far on the ground.
Yeah, it's going to be rough sledding in there with those the big guys and the speed of the Frederick Douglass defense.
And Carpenter will hand to Horton again, and Horton, no gain.
Yeah, Woodford County's sin in the house. They have no respect for this passing game right now, and they are just zeroing in on Horton.
No gain on the carry. Looked like Davon Sturgis involved in that stop, one of the top sophomores in this area. 80 tackles coming in.
Yeah, look, Chris, we talked about it at the top of the show. There's a lot of good players on both sides.
There sure are. Second down and 10 as the Broncos will send on the play call. Two receivers to the near side as Carpenter sends it inside, and there is a hole up the middle for Ty Bryant, and Bryant ripping yardage down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 25.
Yeah, again, Woodford County blitz, and the two blitzers came through free and ran right by Ty Bryant. He took advantage of it, and he was like a rock shot out of a cannon right there, Chris. Great run right up the middle.
There you see another look as Bryant inside the tackles and downhill.
Yeah, they creased the two inside guys, and then the blitzers missed, and Katie barred the gate.
Carpenter, same play call. This time it's bounced out to the right, and Bryant chased down and slung down for a loss of 2 and a late flag.
This is probably going to be unnecessary roughness. But, again, the same play, and then this time he didn't hit it as hard.
Two first-quarter penalties on Douglas. Thus far, Woodford County yet to commit one. Until now.
Yeah, penalties are going to hurt a lot in this game, especially with both teams trying to run the ball so much.
That'll send the Broncos just outside the red zone at the Woodford County 22-yard line. Now 3 receivers stacked out on the far side on the meat of the field. Tate Johnson is in the slot. And Carpenter, he's going to dump it out in the flat.
What a play.
It sure was. And Mackay Smith with a great open field tackle on Cam Dunn.
That was outstanding by Mackay Smith. He read it, diagnosed it, defeated the blocker, and made the tackle. Outstanding play. Exactly what they needed.
Similar play call last week, yielding a touchdown for Dunn out in space. This time Smith closes, and it's a loss of 3.
Again, Chris, that's a tough play, though. That long, quick screen is a tough play for the offense.
This time trips on the near side. Inside handoff, and a shoelace away. That was Davon Hart with the burst, tripped up at the 21.
Yeah, Chris, you know, Woodford County's holding on here. It's still going to be tough to kick in this weather. The ball is going to be hard. It's not going to go as far. It's really, I think this is 4-down territory right here.
Kayla Brown on the stop, so 3rd down and 11 on the menu. Just over 9 minutes in a scoreless first half. Same formation with trips to the near side, and Carpenter, he's going to heave a slant, and that ball deflected at the line and incomplete, but a flag as well.
They're going to have to talk about this. If it was deflected, you can't have pass interference. If it was not deflected, then you can grab him.
One of the interior linemen got a hand up, knocking that down, as we'll get another look. Try to get another look here on that replay. We'll blow it up, and what do you think at home?
I don't think.
Well, if that's the case, then
we're going to get the. They've. It looks like they're.
Did they pick up the flag?
Here's
Tommy Newton. He's going to get to the bottom of it.
Pass interference, yeah.
So apparently, and clearly that ball not deflected. Otherwise, there would be no penalty. So pass interference and a big one.
That was kind of a weird deal. The linebacker just kind of turned around and grabbed him, almost like he thought it had been tipped. So really bizarre play there.
So 1st down and 10 from the 11. Broncos can net a 1st down here as they're on the march post penalty, and another stoppage.
You got a timeout.
We'll take a Bronco timeout. Check that. That's a Woodford timeout. I beg your pardon, a Woodford timeout. We'll step aside. 9:08 in the first half. No score from the farm, and we're back after this on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Frederick Douglass football from the Woodford County 11. 1st down and 10, and Dennis Johnson with a timeout to question that potential deflection.
Yeah, but we looked on it on the replay. It just came out of Carpenter's hand. Really funny. Cold ball, slick ball, that kind of deal. You know, Coach Johnson's telling his team, you got to bow your neck here, hold him to a field goal attempt.
Davon Hart, the back behind Carpenter, who's in a gun. One receiver each side, and Hart gets the call, and he'll slide across the 10, downhill to about the 9.
They're going to have to do something different because there's just too many Woodford County bodies in there to block.
That's what Nate McPeak said early this morning when we talked. This offense has to run against a heavy box.
And it's hard. You know, they're doing some good action. They're pulling guards and H-backs and everything like that. It's hard when everybody's coming.
2nd down and 9. From the 10, here is Hart bouncing out to the left, and Hart in for a Bronco score.
Yeah, it was a great run. You know, he cut it back underneath the outside linebacker who was blitzing. I'm not sure if Mackay Smith saw the ball out there. He definitely ran by like he didn't see the ball.
Davon Hart in from 10 yards out, his 12th score of the year. What do you see there, Kellen?
Yeah, the outside linebacker definitely thought the quarterback kept the ball. He ran right by the running back, and he just guessed. It looked like he was guessing. He didn't see the ball there.
Again, Terrion Hicks will be the long snapper. Ty Bryant will hold. Cooper Ranvier. Makers of 55 extra points on the year, trying to add one to the Bronco tally. And Ranvier pounds it through. 7-0 Douglas. 8:32 first half. We'll be right back on Glycod.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glaycod.
Broncos on the board. Davon Hart scrambles in from 10 yards out, 7-zip. As Woodford County's special teams back to return.
Frederick Douglass took advantage of that penalty with a great response. They blocked everybody up front, and then, the outside linebacker for Woodford County just lost track of the ball, and Hart squeaked right past him into the end zone.
Well, you had 2 penalties on that drive, the unsportsmanlike conduct and then the pass interference, so both propelling the Broncos in, and Ranvier on for his second touchback, and he's feeling very good as he picks the tee up and trots off the field.
Chris, some of that is just him trying to stay warm out there. Looking at the Woodford County offense, they've done some things. They've done some nice things. They got to get a big play. I think they need a big play here to kind of get the Frederick Douglass Broncos on their heels and kind of get them moving in the right direction.
It will be Douglass football to start the second half, so certainly early in this game, but you get the sense this is a big response needed by this Woodford offense.
For sure. They need to hold on to the ball for a little bit here and make the Frederick Douglass defense work.
Nason back to throw against pressure, and he's going to leak out to the right and fire an incompletion.
There you have it. The big man in the middle, Harkless. Unblocked, really. Unblocked. He was unblocked, completely unblocked. I'm not sure what pass protection they have where they don't block the best defensive lineman for the other team, but missed block for sure.
So second down and 10 for Woodford County. As Mackay Smith will leak out to the top of your screen. Jabari Alexander beneath us as Nason, he's going to fire it down that far sideline looking for Maxbury, and it's soared for another incompletion.
Just trying to get comfortable, trying to get used to the cold. That ball was high again. They're having to throw it so hard. They're having to squeeze it so hard to hold on to it. It's just going high. It's just not an easy night to throw.
2 quick incompletions means we've got 8:23 in this half as the Jackets do not want to go 3 and out.
I'm surprised. They went away from the triple option this early. It's only 7-0. You can still work your way down the field for a little bit. I think you need to stay with your bread and butter just a little bit longer here.
Underscore this play call here. What's the selection on 3rd down and long? As Nason going to roll to his left, and he's going to heave it right at the stick. Batted away and incomplete. Logan Busen with a gem of a deflection.
It was a great play, but Chris, Nason had all kinds of space on the edge there. They're going to tell him that when he goes over there to the sideline. They're going to say, son, run the ball next time.
And Sawyer Ford getting a lot of camera time tonight. This will be his 4th punt as we take another peek at exactly what you were talking about there.
Yeah, he had the edge here. It's a quick roll. They're trying to get him an easy throw, but he has the edge, and he's got a lot of space out there. He probably could have picked up the 1st down.
Broncos returners trying to springboard this drive. It'll be Dunn and Bryant. And again, the field position game so important. And Woodford County, again, backed up. Great snap, and Ford angles it to the left, and it is going to trickle out of bounds, and Douglass will have it inside Jacket territory up at the 48-yard line, so only a net punt of 28 yards.
You said it, Chris. Field position, Frederick Douglass. Oh, there's a flag over. We have a flag over there on the 45.
Good eye, Kellen.
If this is 12 people, we have.
Well, let's not. Let's let Newton and crew confirm it.
Yes, sir. You're right.
But the officials have great coup for them to work this game. Not all officials certainly working this deep in the playoffs, and the 7-man crew.
We have a hold.
Yeah, Douglas offense on the field, so they will have the football.
Holding against the Broncos.
So Bronco football.
But even still, Chris, you get the ball right there, close to midfield. The Broncos have been there all night, and Woodford County's been inside their own 20 all night. So, again, the field position is playing a huge role in this game.
Cole Carpenter with an early interception. And he will be in the shotgun as the Broncos 1st and 10 from their 43 with 2 receivers to the far side. And there's a flip to Talbert, and Talbert, there's a penalty trailing that play, and Talbert another flag as Talbert scrambles up that far sideline, but a lot to sort out.
It was a pretty clear hold over there on the left side of the Broncos line. The Woodford County is going to take the farther one back.
Might be one of those pick your poison, if you will. You've got 2 flags to choose from, and perhaps it's the same infraction.
Yeah, it looked like 2 holds there. So they're going to go way back.
Just over 8 minutes in this first half. Davon Hart, 10-yard touchdown rush for the Broncos.
25.
They'll be at the 27, it looks like.
They've got to get all the way to the 47. Yeah, so you're looking at 25, 30 yards here. Yeah, this is an opportunity for Woodford County here. That's a big penalty.
First down and 25. And another conversation on the far side.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure what this is about.
Well, perhaps trying to identify the correct down and distance.
Chicken fingers. You can get them right across the street. 3, 4, 6. You can order as many as you like.
Still first down for this Broncos team.
You can order from Raising Cane's online or
2 receivers each side. Yes, Carpenter in the gun, and he's going to try to set up a screen, and that ball ruled incomplete.
Chris, I think they marked him down. His knee was down when they
caught him. Oh, excuse me. So Tylon Webb actually with a reception, but the knee down, so he'll lose a yard.
Yeah, you know, it's, again, a tough night for throwing the ball. These young guys are throwing it all over the place tonight. Again, Chris, this is a huge opportunity here for the Woodford County Yellow Jackets. They have regained some field position in this battle.
There'll be a loss of about 4 on that play. So second down, and we'll call it 30 as the Broncos going the wrong way on this set, and Carpenter's going to fire it down the middle of the field, and he's got a receiver, and it's incomplete right at the 45-yard line as Talbert could not hang on.
I don't even know how that happened. There's no way he could have dropped that pass. It's amazing. He was open. The defender fell down. He might have been thinking about the touchdown, Chris.
We'll take another look as we cue that up. Talbert had a seam there, and Carpenter with a well-thrown ball.
Yeah, that was his best throw of the night by far. It went right through his hands, Chris.
It would have been a first down. Instead, it's third down and 30.
Yeah, now you got Woodford County backing up a little bit. We're going to get a timeout, looks like.
Woodford County out on the field, so the Yellow Jackets timeout, trying to tee up their defense on third down and long. We'll be back to the farm right after this on Glycod.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
So Woodford County calling another timeout. 3rd down and 30 for Douglas.
Chris, you're going to end up with a situation here where the Broncos are going to try to split the seam here. You're going to have like an odd coverage here, cover 3, so they're going to try to split some seams here. That's going to be.
And Carpenter, a little misdirection handoff and just read beautifully. Nice closing stop, Aiden Nelson, and it's 4th and a mile.
Great play, great tackle. It was Aiden Nelson on the last touchdown, and he made up for it on that play right there. Again, an opportunity here for Woodford County really to put some pressure on the Frederick Douglass punter, get a big return here, and get back in this game.
Cooper Ranvier on to punt again, so Woodford's defense certainly doing their job. A low-scoring affair. Under 7 minutes in this half. Broncos leading by 7. Davon Hart in from 10 yards out. As Ranvier will punt to Woodford County's Aiden Nelson. A low snap, and Ranvier gets it out, and a gorgeous spiraling kick. And Nelson watches it bounce, and it's going to keep rolling down to the 27-yard line. That'll be a 55-yard punt.
Amazing, amazing. Great play by the punter there. Just flips the field. It's how valuable punters are.
We've seen both punters with outstanding efforts tonight. Ford and now off the foot of Cooper Ranvier.
24 remaining in the second quarter.
You know, honestly, if you're Woodford County, it would be your dream if you could go into the locker room, score or no score, without giving the ball back to Frederick Douglass.
That's well said. Again, the Broncos will have the football to start the second half. Also coming up at half, we'll recap the first half, take a look at your first half numbers, and also dance around the scoreboard. Again, quarterfinal action across the Commonwealth tonight. 24 games, 4 in each classification. The winner of this one tonight moves on to the semi next week, and that will be Stacy. And Preston Stacy lunging for a couple up to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, I think Coach Johnson got on the headset there and said, hey, let's not get away from this triple option too fast, guys.
2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8.
You know, you got to stay with that bread and butter. You know, it's one of those things where you just got to keep running it and running it and running it, and eventually it'll pop.
Well, it might pop against a lot of teams. I'm not sure it will against this Douglas defense.
That's very true. They are very stout up front and very fast on the edges.
Nelson leaking out just beneath your screen at the bottom. And Stacy.
Nason checking there.
Behind Nason. And Nason is back to throw, pending pressure, and he's going to heave it down the middle, and that ball nearly picked off. A great play by the Douglas defense.
Oh, is he okay?
We got an injury. Ty Bryant on that play as he nearly had the interception. And Bryant on that far sideline.
He might have just had the wind knocked out of him, Chris, because he kind of landed flat on his back there. That's a tough deal.
See if we can get another look at that. Nason facing heavy pressure.
Yeah, that was an awkward landing. He's jogging off. He's going to be okay.
That's good to see. Ty trotting off the field. He'll have to sit out this play. It's 3rd down and long.
You know, this might be a good time here for a trick play. You know, it's been pretty straightforward, pretty much what we expected from both sides. Maybe a trick play here, maybe a special play, something that you practiced all year that you haven't broken out yet.
Jaden Dixon on in place of Bryant in one of the safety positions for Douglas. Clock nestling at 5:31, 3rd and long. Nason heaves it on a slant, and that ball caught by Nelson. 1st down up to the 45-yard line.
What a throw. Absolutely outstanding throw. Best throw by either quarterback tonight, best play by a receiver tonight.
Gain of 27 yards.
That's the big play we were talking about that they needed to get themselves back in this game.
And Nason, a perfect toss. And the Jackets On the Broncos side of the ledger now at the 44, first down and 10. Quarterback check up the gut. Now Nason bounces out to the right in deceptive speed, and he's got a first down.
That's more of that was a burst there. They overloaded that right side, Chris, and they did a quarterback run, and that evens up the numbers on the defense, and they definitely had the edge hooked over there.
We get another look at that dynamite throw as Nelson. And just like that, Woodford County on the march at the Broncos' 35-yard line. The second down and 1 as they mark Nason just a tad short. Great to have you here tonight on Glycod.com, the place to be in Central Kentucky. And Nason, he's got a first down as he'll trot across the 25 down to the 22-yard line and a gain of 13 on 2nd and 1.
Like Coach McPeak talked about, the ends and the linebackers still haven't quite picked up on that quarterback pull. So they're all crashing down so hard on Preston Stacy that they forget about Nason, and he's quick. He's very quick.
Get a look at his deceptiveness right there.
Yeah, they just collapsed the whole defense on Stacy. Forgot about the quarterback.
This is Woodford's deepest penetration thus far in this game on the fringe of the Bronco red zone. They'll have it at the 23. And Nason rolling right. And he's going to heave it short of the boundary. Throws a strike down to the 6 and a first down.
What a throw. What a play call. What a throw.
Wyatt Crow with a great diving catch.
Now, Chris, that big play, what did it do? It got Frederick Douglass on their heels, and now they're scrambling a little bit with this option, and then they ran play action against them, have a wide open, tight end Y kind of kid running across the middle, no one covering it.
That's only Crow's third catch of the year, and Woodford on the doorstep. It's 1st and goal from the 6. High snap, Nason trying to bounce it outside, and he is in.
What a drive.
For a Woodford touchdown.
Well, we got a quarterback run, didn't we? They must have told him when he rolled out last time, we're gonna run you next time.
What great decisions he made on each play moving down the field, and Woodford a PAT away from a tie game.
You could really see him growing up there. Now it's Carpenter's turn on the other side to grow up a little bit and lead his team back down the field.
Sawyer Ford, 45 connected extra points on the year. Hold down, and that kick, perfect. 3:09 in the half. Broncos, Yellow Jackets tied at 7. We're back to the farm in a moment on Glycod.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
There you see Andrew Nason taking it in, and Woodford drawing even with Douglass.
Yeah, they really found something in the quarterback run game. Everybody's so focused on Preston Stacy, and rightfully so. So they said, all right, we're going to let him block, and then we're going to let Nason run. Also, Chris, they used play action in that last drive to a great effect. And we, as we just said in the timeout, that was the best drive so far of the game. Several great plays in a row, and a lot of great decisions by Nason there.
See what this Broncos offense can do. And they will have the football to start the second half as well. But a huge response by Woodford County to draw this game even at 7.
Don't fall asleep on this kickoff return. Lots of speed back there.
TJ Horton back. As Ford in those bright green shoes, and an onside kick, and a great recovery by the Broncos. That was DJ Walker. I don't know about that one.
That might not have been what the coaches wanted. They might have wanted it on the ground, but he might have missed that one a little bit. Yeah, they're coming over to talk to him about the difference between an onside and one on the ground.
I'm not so sure. And the Broncos, outstanding field position at their 47.
With the recovery at the 47-yard line.
That may be a huge play in this game an hour and a half from now. We'll
Yeah.
find out. Davon Hart in this configuration for the Broncos.
Again, they get great field position. Somehow they always end up in great field position, Chris.
They sure do, as Hart behind Carpenter. With Howard and Dunn, the two tight ends in motion to that left side, the strong side of the field. And Hart to the right will nudge for a couple up to the 50. Aiden Nelson.
Yeah, he's
credited with a stop.
He's unblocked every time, and he's just got to make the right choice on the running back or the quarterback.
So many big plays by Aiden Nelson. Of course, one in the pass game. He's everywhere on defense, and so much mutual respect between these two programs. We'll talk more about that. As Carpenter in the gun, but Coach McPeak feels like that both these receivers for Woodford, their top two athletes, they may play all year. As Carpenter back to throw on second and long, and a great strike. That ball caught by Tylon Webb up to the 39 and a first down.
That was the first time that they blocked the whole Woodford County blitz. He had time to throw. He set his feet, and he made a great throw that time.
Gain of 12 for Webb. He moved the ball a lot last week from 20 to 20. With 7 grabs last week, this his first catch tonight. And the Broncos on the march. Just over 2 minutes in this half. Heartbreaking tackles in the freight train down the hill to the 32, and a gain of 8.
Yeah, you had in the backfield, you had the defensive lineman broke through, and he just couldn't quite hold on to Hart. What a powerful run there.
Second down and 3.
Saw TJ Horton with some elusive runs early. Now Hart.
You can see Woodford County's linebackers are very aggressive in there. Very, very, very aggressive.
Douglas still 3 timeouts. 2 to the near side. As Carpenter on second and short. Up in the pocket. Oh my, sacked. Back to the 38-yard line.
You're going to get a timeout here by Frederick Douglas. Great job again by Woodford County. They're bringing the house, and you don't have time to step up into that pocket. That's a maturity thing, Chris. Next year and later on in this game, hopefully Carpenter will understand you got to get rid of that ball quick when they're all coming.
That's a big play, a loss. It'll now be 3rd down and 9 as Woodford County, with a big defensive stop, will try and get another look at that pressure and sack as Carpenter succumbs back near his 40.
You remember to spend your money at the concession stand. You got it. We need it.
Yeah, right around the edge here at the top, you've got a tackle who is out leveraged, and the quarterback steps right up into the pressure. He's just a young kid trying to grow up on the run here, and you got to throw it fast against that blitz.
Look like Grant Garrison with pressure around the edge.
Chris, it just feels like to me that Woodford County has a lot of momentum from that last drive, even with the poor kickoff decision, the onside. It feels like they have a lot of momentum here and a lot of energy. Frederick Douglass has to respond. They have to respond.
From the jacket 38, 3rd down and long after the sack. Davon Hart stationed to the right of Cole Carpenter. Field position and defense have been the 2 key elements in this game.
Blitz is going to come again.
And an official stop. Douglas is going to go back-to-back timeouts. So you can sense the enormity of this drive.
Yeah, it's a big one. Woodford has like we were talking about. Woodford has a lot of momentum, and Frederick Douglass can feel that, and they definitely want to get a first down here. But they also know they're going to get a lot of pressure. Woodford County is playing cover 0, which means there's nobody over the top, and they're playing man-to-man all the way across. And so they're going to blitz everyone else and try to get Carpenter on the ground fast.
Lots of games going on elsewhere. We will update the ticker at the turn. Keep you posted. Last to look, Bryan Station and Trinity were tied. And that Shamrock program, they seem like they always start about 4 over par and then they run about 7 birdies in a row, and that's been the case again this year.
Yeah, you know, we'll get into that later on.
We will. We'll talk more about the other games at half. Right now, Douglas staring at 3rd down and 8 from the Woodford 38.
It's off man, but you're still going to get man. Here they come.
And Carpenter, 3-step drop. And that ball is caught. Tate Johnson. And the officials now say it's incomplete. As that ball ripped away and incomplete. Johnson could not hang on.
Here we go with the punt. You got some body language here. We got to have some senior leadership by the Frederick Douglas Broncos to really rally this team and get them going back in the right direction.
See if we can get another look at that ball. It's right on Tate Johnson.
He had a hold of it. Another good throw. Great play by the defensive back. He just got it out of there while he was going down. Great play.
So the Broncos 4th and 8 from the Woodford 38. They appear to elect to play field position. Cooper Ranvier been very efficient tonight as the punter. Will try and knock Woodford back, and they're playing punt safe D. Crouching the line. Ranvier, he apparently is going to go for it. No, it's Bryant. Ty Bryant running. There is a flag, but Bryant out close to a first, but again a flag trailing that play.
Now they are going to have to punt it. This is going to be a hold. It's going to be a hold on the lead blocker.
So Ty Bryant with a burst around the edge. On 4th down and 8. And preliminary indicators signal Douglas infraction.
Yeah, right there on the edge. Right there, the lead blocker. He just grabbed, he's trying to make a play for his guy. He just wrapped him up. Can't do it. Here comes lineman. 72.
So 4th down.
Oh, did they say
8?
Did they say he didn't get it over there? So they've declined the penalty and they're going to take the ball. Woodford County has declined the penalty.
So Woodford County's offense now on the scoreboard here. Now will be reshuffled to 1st and 10 for a moment, and it still says 4th and 8. Now they'll recycle it. So Woodford football, 1st down and 10 from their 31-yard line.
They got to have a lot of confidence after that last drive.
Aiden Nelson at the bottom of your screen. Andrew Nason in the shotgun. He's going to flip it around the edge. Up to the 37-yard line.
They are definitely taking advantage of the defensive ends of the Broncos.
It was Wyatt Crow. Crow with a big catch on the last drive, setting up a Woodford touchdown.
That time it was Buisson over there, 16 for the Broncos. He collapsed, and he gave the quarterback an easy read and a good pitch over to the sideline.
It's Logan Buisson as the officials stop play. No, they don't stop play. The clock continuing to run, but the officials walking to the near side, and there is going to be a stoppage of some sort.
Yeah, the runner was out of bounds, so the clock should stop.
Tommy Newton, the white hat, will come over right in front of the Douglas sidelines. Again, the Jackets, 1 timeout remaining as they'll reset the clock to 51. 2nd down and 4. Woodford and Douglas deadlocked at 7. And at the top right of your screen, you see Dennis Johnson talking to the official. This may not be the last meeting between these two teams over the next year or so. There is discussion about both being in the same district. We'll see if that comes to fruition. Perhaps not, but could be worth discussing. 2nd down and 4. Nason around the edge. A nice run, and he'll angle out for a first. Stops the clock as he's out at the 43-yard line.
He's really put a stamp on this game. The second quarter has been all about Andrew Nason.
1st down, yardage on the play.
That big slant pass to Nelson changed the complexion of this game.
It's almost like he just got like it's like he took a deep breath and relaxed, and now he's playing up to his potential.
Up at the 43 for Woodford. They're perhaps living with found money on this drive. Again, tied at 7. They were down 7 just a few moments ago. Mason upended across the 50 down to the Broncos 49, about 2 yards short of a first down.
Let's see if they go fast or if they're just going to be content to get to halftime here.
30 seconds remaining.
Broncos have one timeout left. They appear, rather the Jackets with one timeout left, and clock continuing to run with 18 seconds.
Looks like they're content to go to halftime here, Chris.
Oh my. Clock running at 13.
They had a lot of momentum there.
And a timeout.
I'm not really sure about that one. They had found something on the edge there with the quarterback keep and the option. That is definitely a unique scenario there. Not one that I would have gone with.
Woodford and Frederick Douglass tied at 7 at half. Should be an outstanding second half. So much riding on this game. We'll have more coverage here on Glycod.com. We'll be right back.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by the Jessamine County Health Department. Find out how they protect, promote, and improve the health and wellness of our community. Visit jessaminehealth.org.
Back to the farm in Lexington. It's halftime. Tie game. Frederick Douglass, Woodford County. Chris LeBar along with our producer tonight, Jackson Miller, and Kellen Barnes. And boy, let's talk more about the ending of that first half. Woodford with one timeout, 30 or so seconds, and the ball at the 50.
Yeah, it looked like they were really having a lot of momentum. And then, after we got off the air, they had a coaches meeting on the sideline. It looked like they had been content and they wanted to go into the halftime and make a few more adjustments. Just didn't want to make any mistakes.
I can certainly sense that, but what a great response by them. They've been backed up field position-wise that entire first half, and their quarterback, their young quarterback, Andrew Nason, with some big plays.
Yeah, and if we just got the stats here, he has 7 carries for 54 yards. So he really took over that second quarter, really grew up, and the quarterback run with the lead blockers has really been the difference in this game so far.
Wyatt Crow with a huge catch inside the 10-yard line, and Aiden Nelson, that big chunk catch, really the big play propelling Woodford. And now Frederick Douglass, we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, when we watched them go off the field here, there were some slump shoulders. We got to have some senior leadership in the locker room saying, hey, let's go. It's only the first half. We really got to go out and play. That was a question we both talked about at the beginning of the game. What's going to happen when they have to play the whole game? What's going to happen when they get some adversity? Because they haven't seen much this year. So what's going to happen? How are they going to respond? So hopefully they come out with a lot of energy and a lot of excitement because they get the ball, and they've got some great players. They just got to keep doing what they're doing.
How would you assess their offense in the first half?
Well, it was a little bit scruffy because they're trying to run the ball, and it's tough to throw the ball. And, you got the young quarterback, Cole Carpenter. He did a good job. He got going there in the second quarter a little bit. But you got to have Horton going, and you got Hart, and they have Hart going, and they just got to keep with it. They got to stay with it. They got to stay on their blocks, and they got to realize that there's other good teams out there in the state, and they got to raise their level up another notch today.
Are you surprised with Woodford's strength on defense? They've matched Douglas mano a mano.
Yeah, a little bit, but they've also played a few better teams along the way, so they may have gained a little bit more experience in this area. Also, if you really look at what Frederick Douglass is doing, they're not doing a whole lot. They're running a lot of the same play over and over again, and they're running a lot of vertical routes. So, maybe Frederick Douglass needs to get deeper into the playbook, bring out a few different plays so that they can surprise the Woodford County defense.
So much more to discuss at half. Woodford and Douglass tied at 7. More coverage of high school football when we come back to the farm on Glycod.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Tied at 7 as we welcome you back. Frederick Douglass High School in Lexington. Chris LeBar alongside with former male Bulldog, two-time state champion for the Bulldogs, Kellen Barnes. And about 6 miles from here, maybe 4 miles, whatever it is, we've got Trinity Bryan Station. Defenders leading 10-7 in the fourth.
Big surprise there.
Really, well, a little bit, but both those teams come into this game differently, do they not?
Yeah, Trinity's still building. They're still trying to get back to the top. they got beat by Ballard for the first time since the 90s this year. So it's a Trinity team that's down. Not to dismiss Bryan Station, because they've definitely come back from early setbacks and they've grown up as a team. And obviously they had a great defensive game plan, and they've scored just enough to stay ahead of Trinity, which would be an unbelievable victory for them.
Well, Bryan Station, they've been building, and they actually defeated some very good teams in the middle of the season, lose to Frederick Douglass in the opener. And we discussed Trinity a bit and how they do things. Young team, they start all those very difficult out-of-state games, and then once they get in Kentucky, they just roll, and here they are, chance to go back to the state semis.
Yeah, but again, they have a tough team in front of them, and 10-7 says we're struggling a little bit with the defense of Bryan Station. So, they don't. What I've seen of Trinity is that they have some speed issues on the outside, and they're a run-first team. So it's going to really be hard for them to score a lot of points to pass up a lot of teams.
As you look at some of these other matchups, what else have you been following storyline-wise?
Well, in 6A, you're looking at the top two or three teams have already been knocked out. St. X is gone. So you have groups. You have a lot of teams like Bullitt East, and you have a lot of teams like Henderson County, currently down 13-0 to Mail at half. But you have a lot of those teams that are inching in. So this year might be a chance for a team from out in the state to really capture the 6A state championship. And here in 5A, these two teams that we're watching tonight are definitely a storyline. You also have Fairdale, who's a big a surprise team from Louisville. They have a great record, but a surprise team to be in the quarterfinals. 5A is a great class to come out and watch. But again, these two teams we're seeing tonight could definitely be in the state championship game. And you have a lot of teams from out in the state, unusual names that you're not used to seeing, like Bullitt East, Henderson County, Central Hardin. You have all those teams that aren't usually in the top or in the Final 8 that are in the Final 8.
And how about 2A's Lloyd Memorial? I mean, really good for them, right?
It's funny that you mentioned them. I did a little student teaching there when I was in Northern Kentucky playing football. But Lloyd Memorial, you never see them anywhere, and then they pop up every now and then.
That's such a great storyline to follow. We will update the ticker throughout the evening. And right now we are tied at half. Woodford County and Douglas tied at 7. We'll recap the first half when we come back on glycod.com.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Tied at 7 as we welcome you back to Frederick Douglass High School. Look at your first half scoring a pair of touchdowns. Davon Hart leading things off for the Broncos, and then Andrew Nason scrambles in for 6. And we are tied at 7.
You know, Chris, when they're coming out in the second half, everybody's going to be a little bit cold, a little bit tight. We're going to see, maybe we'll see a trick play in the second half. Somebody's got to do something to break this open and change some momentum either way. So, you know, Woodford County went in with a lot of confidence, a lot of energy into the locker room. You know, they're kind of bouncing out here onto the field. So we'll see Frederick Douglass staying in the locker room a little bit longer, you know, maybe a few extra adjustments. And again, like we said, they're going to have to go deeper into the playbook. We've been seeing a lot of the same play, the zone with the kick by the H-back in the running game, and then the verticals in the passing game. So what are they going to do differently to surprise the Woodford County defense?
Well, and it's been so cold, of course, temps in the mid to high 20s. What factor has that played thus far?
You know, it's a slick ball, and so we've talked about a lot of the tough throws for the quarterbacks. Those young guys, that even if their hands are really big, they still got to squeeze so hard onto that football to hold on to it. You know, when they go to throw it, they're not as accurate with it. So that's the tough part. You know, it's not, you can see the American flag is limp over there, so it's not very windy out there. It's just the temperature is so cold, it's hard to hold on to the ball.
Should be an outstanding second half. Both teams specialists back out on the field. Woodford County, Frederick Douglass tied at 7. We'll step aside and be back for the second half in just a moment on GlyCod.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from GlyCod.
Tied at 7 at half. We will audibly, anyway, tell you some of these first half numbers, and both teams very comparable on the ground. 76 yards rushing for Woodford, 77 for Douglass, and the scoreboard indicates that.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at those totals, it looks like a defensive battle that's tied at halftime.
Passing yards, Douglass only with 14 in the air, Woodford with 52, and you get the sense, though, that a lot riding on Cole Carpenter's shoulder in the second half.
Yeah, they're going to have to come out and do some different things. Woodford County's loading the box up, and they're going to have to throw the ball and be accurate and complete several in a row to make Woodford County back up.
Receiving-wise, Tate Johnson, 2 grabs for 20 yards for Douglass. Cam Dunn, 2 catches, -6. And then receiving, you've got Aiden Nelson, that one big chunk catch, 1 for 27 yards. Wyatt Crow, 1 for 17. And Mackay Smith, 1 for 8. So Douglas's defense certainly been very stout as well. Only 1 turnover in this game. Cole Carpenter, an early Karam interception in the first half. And both teams doing a great job punting. Cooper Ranvier, 2 punts, net average of 45 yards. Sawyer Ford, 4 kicks, net average of 37. And both student athletes have punted the ball very well.
Very well. They've been, if not the most valuable player, the most important player. in the first half for each team. But again, as we talked about at the top of the show, we brought up all the points that each team scores, and then we have a defensive rock fight breakout. But it's because these two teams are well coached. They have great defenses, and we're going to see in the second half much of the same. One or two plays are going to be the turning point here in this contest.
Douglas with 4 penalties in the first half. Woodford County only with 3. Again, tied at 7. Woodford County, Frederick, Douglas, the winner, on to the state semifinals next Friday night. When we come back, Douglas will have the football to start the second half on glycod.com.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Frederick, Douglas, and Woodford counties. We count you down to start of the second half. Again, Woodford County elected to take it to halftime. They had the ball at the midfield stripe. 1 timeout remaining in about 30 seconds, but elected to take it to half. And Frederick Douglass, a chance to respond with the football to start this second half.
Yeah, let's see what they come out with. Let's see if they come out with some energy. Got to start bouncing around, getting the energy going, getting excited, getting hyped up. You got 24 minutes to go here.
Great job by our crew tonight. Tireless work under not the most pleasant of conditions. We're so thankful you joined us tonight. Thanks to both these fine programs for their consent to allow us to bring this great presentation to you. And we hope to do so again next Friday night for a state semifinal. We will see who that looks like next week. Of course, pending other outcomes. You've got Class 5A Fairdale, last look, losing their game. South Oldham losing a tight game at Bowling Green, and Scott County winning handily versus Southwestern. And the Broncos and the Yellow Jackets. Sawyer Ford wearing those bright, and I do mean bright, Usain Bolt green shoes, and he will pooch it away. It's Cameron Dunn back for Frederick Douglass. And a squib kick off to the right, loose at the 30, and gobbled up by Frederick Douglass.
Chris, I think that's what he was trying to do last time, and he just missed it. And we thought it was an onside. I think that might have been what he was trying to do, and he just missed it last time.
Looked like Terry and Hicks there, able to scoop that up. So the Broncos with advantageous field position to start the first drive of the second half.
Yes, again, they're at the minus 30. Let's see what they do. Let's see what new plays they've come up with in halftime, or maybe they're just going to run the same old plays better.
T.J. Horton and Davon Hart both on for the Broncos with Cole Carpenter. Shotgun, 4 completions in the first half for Cole, 2 to Johnson and 2 to Bryant. Tylon Webb now in motion. There's a hand inside and a nice sneaky run between the tackles up at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, it's a great run. It's a great effort by, I believe that was Horton there. And it was just a great run, but, there's so many Woodford County guys back there. I wonder what they're going to do to loosen them up.
Gain of 3 yards up to the 33. Second down and 7. We saw Horton have success in the first quarter on the ground for Douglas, and then Davon Hart with some success in the second frame. And Carpenter going to heave it, looking for Cam Dunn, and that ball is nearly picked off and also caught on the carom, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that was just a very poorly underthrown ball by Carpenter. It looked like he wasn't even loose yet. But again, he's trying so hard just to hold on to that ball that he cannot get it into the air.
That ball nearly found Dunn on the ricochet. And Douglas staring at third down and long from their 33-yard line.
Chris, they're going to have to run a quick screen or get into some quick passing game to get his arm loose and to get their fast guys, get their skill guys with some opportunity on the edge to run with the ball in their hands.
Big selection here as Carpenter fakes a screen. He's looking for Dunn and just does overthrow him for an incompletion.
That was a much better throw. He took his time, he set his feet, and he got out there. Man, they're just so close. And Dunn was so far behind that secondary.
Great sportsmanship by both Dunn and Aiden Nelson after that play, and just a tad overthrown. And Kellen, there you see Dunn just could not hang on with that right hand. And the Broncos keeping their offense on the field. It's 4th down and 7.
Oh, yeah, we got punt.
And there is Ranvier back to punt, and it is a low kick. It's going to roll inside the 40. And Thomas Howard there to touchdown for the Broncos, and Woodford will have it at their 40. So,
yeah, Chris, to your comment, Dunn did everything he could to catch that ball. It was just a tad bit overthrown. He ran as hard as he could, and he even dove. And this is going to be Woodford County's best field position of the night.
Yeah, they've been backed up deep inside their own territory, so they'll have it at their 40. The progression of Andrew Nason throughout this season, again replacing a stalwart in Bryce Patterson, a very accomplished multi-year starter at Woodford County at the quarterback position. Nason done outstanding work.
Let's see if Frederick Douglass made an adjustment on the quarterback at halftime.
Inside handoff, that is Stacy, and he'll ramble for about 4 up to the 44.
Chris, that's a result of them being able to run with the quarterback. Now they've loosened them up on the inside, and they're worried about the quarterback, so now there's room for Stacy to run.
Stacy does so much of the dirty work, 3,400 career rush yards coming in, 52 touchdowns.
That's incredible.
Woodford ahead of the sticks. It's 2nd down and 5 from the 45. Three receivers up top. And Nason keeps it himself, and he's going to pick up a first as he scoops across the 50 down to the Bronco 49-yard line.
Chris, they are really taking advantage of the aggressiveness of the Frederick Douglass ends. The ends are collapsing hard and crashing hard. And Nason's doing a great job of reading it, and he's pulling it when he has to, and he's handing it when he doesn't have to.
He'll zoom for 6. And the Broncos playing defense on their side of the field at the 49-yard line. Brandon Brooks lined up at the near side defensive end for Douglas. As the Broncos go 3 and out in their first drive of the half. And Nason, he's going to flip it around the edge. And the Broncos close for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, they slanted that time to that pitch, Chris. The Woodford County has found the guy that they want to take advantage of tonight. It's 16 Busan. They're running a lot of plays at Busan. They're running a lot of options, making him make a lot of choices.
As Wyatt Crow on the carry is Logan Busan.
Yeah, he made a great play that time.
Involved in that stop. So 2nd down at 10 from the 49. And Nason back to throw against pressure, and that ball nearly intercepted, and it's batted away and incomplete. Ty Bryant closed, and that ball nearly picked off by Jeremiah Lowe.
Yeah, Nason forgot who was back there. He forgot about Ty Bryant. There's a reason that kid's going to UK. Great break on the ball. Outstanding pass defense.
Jeremiah Lowe nearly able to scoop it on that deflection from Bryant. As Woodford County, 3rd down and long from the Bronco 49. Heavy rush, trying to set up a screen, and Harkless with the deflection.
Great play. Unbelievable. If he doesn't make that play, Chris, if he doesn't make that play, Stacy's still running right now.
That's a high-level play.
Yeah.
And Harkless, a huge deflection, forcing 4th down.
Yeah, he just sat down right at the right moment. He read screen, he sat down, and then he just athletically he made the play. That's why he's going to Auburn.
So Woodford forced to punt. Sawyer Ford on for the 5th time, averaging 35 and change. And Ford a high angling kick over to the left. It's going to catapult inside the 15. Rolling down to the 8-yard line.
Like we brought up before, these punters are the most valuable players tonight.
43-yard punt.
Incredible job. All right, Chris, we need to see some momentum change here from the Frederick Douglass offense. We need to see a big play, we need to see a big catch, some momentum changer here to get them going back in the right direction.
Davon Hart on in this offensive Broncos sequence. Again, just as Cuff Cath was up against the hill last week with field position, that's been the story for much of this game for Douglas inside their 10. And Carpenter going to hand to Hart, and he's going to shift through the hole and lunge forward. He might have a first down as he lowers the shoulder up to the 16.
Yeah, you know, he just waited. He was patient back there, and he waited on his blocks to open up, and then as soon as they creased it, he exploded through there, made a nice run.
Mark him a yard short at the 17. Really like Hart's game.
Yeah, you know, he's a little bit thicker than Horton, and he's just being a little bit more patient tonight.
Second down and short. That was a big play to get Douglas out of their kitchen. With one receiver out each side. Carpenter conversing with Hart. Carpenter going to throw on a slant and misfiring an incomplete pass. Webb, the intended target.
Yeah, again, an RPO there for Carpenter, and he's got to hit that. You know, they got to hit that. Maybe if it's warmer next week or later on, he's got to get his hands warm somehow so he can get the ball thrown on target.
Big third down here. Broncos desperately need to move the sticks here. 3rd down and 1 from their 17-yard line. 8:01 in the third. Dunn in motion. Hart gets the call, lowers that shoulder.
I don't know. It's going to be really close.
And it may be relying upon a spot.
That was some great hustle to the ball, and there was not a whole lot of movement up front by the Broncos.
Number 26, Davon Hart.
Needed the 18. Still no confirmation yet.
Oh, they gave it to him.
And it will be a first down. So perhaps by about a half yard-ish, it will be a Bronco first down. Gazing at the far sideline, not sure Coach Johnson enjoyed that spot. We're back to live action on the end around. That is Tate Johnson, and Johnson tripped up from behind before he could get around the corner.
50. That was an unbelievable play. That was the defensive end. 50. That was Tate.
Stopped for a loss of about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 13 from the 15.
That was an incredible job. The defensive end got up, and then he got flat. He got flat enough to contain the runner, and he just tripped him up from behind. It was a great job.
Loss of 3, 2nd down and 13. The Broncos from their 15 after netting a first down on the previous play on an inside carry from Hart. Now Carpenter hands a few yards, just shy of the 20. That's Ty Bryant on the tote. And it's going to be 3rd down and long again as Douglas will send Dunn. He'll trot off the field very gingerly, the tight end.
13, Ty Bryant with carry.
Yeah, they're going to have to throw here. Ty Bryant was not able to get through. They've been running a lot of counter trays at this 4-4 front from Woodford County, and there's just too many men in the box.
2 receivers, staircase style on the near side as Howard leaks out to the far side. And the Broncos now will reconfigure.
You're going to end up with man coverage again.
Bryant to the left of Carpenter. Cole's going to heave it. He's looking to Dunn on the near side, and Dunn could not hang on.
Ooh, here comes
but a
the flag
hanky.
late. Chris, he's going to get that one because he didn't look back and play the ball. There wasn't a lot of contact, but if he's not looking back to play, yeah, he's definitely going to get it because he didn't look back to play the ball. Yeah, for sure.
That ball underthrown.
As you can see, the defensive back here, he doesn't look back, and he just bumps into the receiver, not looking back. Definitely a pass interference. Might have taken the referee a few extra seconds to get it out of his deep in his pocket. But definitely the right call there on the replay.
Line of scrimmage marked at the 34. So the Broncos began this drive inside their 10. They've had a first down and a jacket penalty, so they'll creep up the mountain to the 34 on first down and 10. There's a handoff. That is Bryant, and he is shifty and sturdy as he'll take it to the 41, gain of 6.
That's a great run. He did all of that on his own. There's a guy standing in the backfield when he got the handoff. They're slowly gaining some confidence here, Chris. This is a good drive. Aided by a couple of penalties, but still a good drive.
Darian Talbert in this concoction. Also Tate Johnson. Just north of 5 minutes in this third. And Carpenter. He's got an open target, and that ball overthrown at the 40 and incomplete, and Talbert was wide open.
Yeah, he stopped running on that route. I'm not really sure why he stopped to jump and catch it. I guess he thought it was floating a little bit, but if he just keeps running, he runs right underneath it, and he's probably running into the end zone right now. You're going to have a wheel route there by Talbert. That's a new route. We haven't seen that one yet tonight from them. They've been running a lot of verticals. Yeah, he runs an out and up there, and he's wide open. Woodford County's not used to seeing that from them. They'll have to make an adjustment.
Third down and 3 from the Broncos 41. Carpenter sending Dunn in motion. It's an inside handoff, and the Broncos pick up a first down up to the 48-yard line, and Ty Bryant with the carry.
Yeah, you know, when the chips are down, you got to give it to your best guy, and he is making some plays.
Keep in mind, this drive began back at the 9-yard line, 8, somewhere in that vicinity, and Douglas now at their 48, a recycling of downs. It's first down and 10, so we tiptoe under 5 minutes in this third quarter.
It's going quick.
Howard in motion. Bryant gets the call again, and Bryant slithers through the hole, and there's Ty Bryant. First down to the 38, a gain of 12.
Woodford County's getting a little tired on defense. They're standing up a little bit more. They don't have quite the push they did before. That's the problem. That's the product of this long drive. Frederick Douglass really being effective with the running game right now.
Tylon Webb will fasten those gloves. He's the target at the top of your screen. Cameron Dunn adjacent to him, the slot. And the Broncos have this jacket D on their heels. First and 10. Carpenter trying to set up a screen and does, but nice recovery by jacket defense's Thomas Howard with the gathering and a gain of about 3.
Yeah, he still doesn't look 100% out there when he caught that pass.
That was great D by the
Woodford County. They recovered really well.
Jacket defense very well schooled, and you wouldn't expect anything less by Coach Johnson. Gain of 2, second and 8.
About 3:45 left in the third.
Yeah, again, Chris, this looks like 4-down territory has it written all over it. If we get to that.
Well, Douglas is saying, hey, we're only on second down here, second and 8. And Carpenter an inside handoff, and Bryant close to a first down. As he's powered down at the 28, and it will be a first down.
Ty Bryant is really taking over this quarter. The inside guard and center combinations are really moving the inside guys of the Woodford County Jackets back. They're going to have to try something different.
Line of scrimmage earmarked at the 28 for Douglas.
Yep.
And a jacket timeout. So Woodford County with a timeout. Broncos on the march late in this third quarter. Be right back on Glycod.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glaycod.
Woodford County with a timeout as Frederick Douglass began this drive inside their 10. They're now nestled at the Woodford County 28-yard line. What's been the difference on this march, Kellen?
Well, the penalty was a big deal because it got them out of the shadow of their own goal line, and then they've just decided that they've really hammered away at the inside, the interior of the Woodford County. They're running right at the middle of them, and they're just kind of creasing them just enough for Ty Bryan, and Ty Bryan is running really, really hard.
Bryan with very, very successful runs on this drive, and he is the back featured again. He is positioned to the left of Carpenter. First down and 10 on the Bronco docket. Two receivers to the near is Dunn in motion. Dunn the decoy. Handoff, Bryan trying to race around the edge. There is a flag as Bryan in, but a penalty back at about the 25-yard line.
I believe this is going to be a hold. They're definitely calling him back. Yeah, he grabbed.
There is a penalty. Knock that score off the board. There is a penalty. And it will be a Bronco hold.
Right there on the edge, yep. Chris, they're running a counter tray deal where they're pulling the guard and the tackle from the backside, and the front side tackle wrapped up the end to push him down inside.
Mark this at the 40. So again, the hold occurring and then 10 yards back. So the first down, and it looks like about 22.
Yeah, penalties are playing a big role in this drive.
One receiver far, one check that two to the near, and Carpenter tries to set up a screen and a Nolan Ryan fastball behind Tate Johnson.
Again, a play that we haven't seen yet. They ran all of the action away and then came back with the quick screen to the weak side. But Woodford County was well schooled. They had two defenders waiting for him right there.
Not a lot of finesse on that pass in tight confines.
No, he just whipped it over there. You know, again, young kid, he's got to grow up on the run. He's trying to grow up tonight.
So second down and 20 for the Broncos. This drive has eaten up a lot of clock in this third quarter.
Yeah, the third quarter's almost over.
The receivers to the far. Thomas Howard now in motion. Bryant with the call. There's a stiff arm, and he's going to be knocked out for about a 4-yard gain, the 36-yard line.
Great play there on the edge, and that was Preston. I believe that was 36. Preston Stacy made that play.
So many of these key Woodford players going both ways. Stacy and Smith, also Aiden Nelson. Interesting play selection here. You've got 3rd and 17 in the middle segment of the field at the Woodford 36. Dunn in motion. Carpenter back to throw. He's going to look for Tate Johnson in the end zone, and it's poked away at the last moment.
Outstanding coverage. There's no way they can throw a flag on that. He's looking back, and he stuck his hand in the last second. Very good coverage there by the Woodford County defensive back. I believe that was that Aiden? Was that the Aiden Nelson?
So 4th down now and 17. Is that ball at the very last moment.
Knocked away.
Poked away.
Very good defense.
Like Cooper Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Number 17 stuck a hand in there.
Apologize. Cooper Ford, outstanding defense.
And Douglas, this drive with so much promise. But that holding penalty has really put the Broncos back in. Cooper Ranvier going to try and pin the Yellow Jackets deep inside their territory. 4th and 17. Low snap. But Cooper gets it out. And he'll nudge it forward in a great hop inside the 20. So Ranvier does his job beautifully, and Woodford backed up. He'll mark this, looks like about the 20-yard line.
You know, Chris, these are two really well-coached teams and really good defenses, because when they get an opportunity to get a team in a penalty situation, that first down hold by Frederick Douglass really stopped that drive because Woodford County stepped up and they stopped the running game again.
Be a net punt of 26 yards. And the Woodford County offense back in tow. I'd like to welcome those of you that have watched other games in the area. Bryan Station defeating Trinity, so
congratulations to them. That's a big deal.
Congrats to Coach Hawkins, Abby Jackson, all the great folks at Bryan Station. We'll tell you more about that later as Nason heaves one for Nelson, and Nelson could not hang on there. Flags all over the field after Terry and Hicks with blanket coverage.
That might have been a little too physical.
Let's get another look at that. Maybe it's on Nelson.
Could be on Nelson. Let's see what they say, but it was pretty physical on both sides. Yeah, they're both fighting for it. So
the corner, Terry and Hicks with blanket coverage as we blow it up, Kellen.
Yeah. It looks like they're both hand fighting. I mean, I don't see a flag there, but they called it on Woodford County. I can understand that because he went over the top. But they're both hand fighting a lot. Usually they kind of let that go, but they called it tonight. But again, here we go, Chris. A big penalty on first down. A big penalty on first down. Oh, we've got a flag over on the sideline.
Dennis Johnson out on the field trying to get some of his players away from what's going on, but a Woodford County penalty, pass interference, and then a flag as well.
This is going to be post-action. Sportsmanlike.
That'll be half the distance, so in essence, it's only going to be about a 5-yard penalty.
But again, we have a big penalty on first down that's going to back one team way up. Let's see if anybody can overcome these penalty woes. This is a big deal for Frederick Douglass. Again, field position coming into play here.
Great job by our crew tonight. First down at 25. Jackson Miller done a fantastic job. Our on-site producer, Steve Bird, our executive producer. First down and 25 from the Woodford 5 as this Bronco front salivating. And there's a flip around the corner. That's Max Berry, and he'll slide across the 10 before he's shoved out just shy of the 15.
It's a great response. Great play call. Settles everybody's nerves down. Got a solid 8 to 10 yards there.
Darian Neal chasing that one down. So that'll stop the clock as well.
12-yard line. It'll be second down at 18. Typically in these situations, the home team continues to make noise.
2:30 left in this third. Both teams with the first half touchdown. Davon Hart in from 10 for Woodford, or rather for Douglas. Andrew Nason in from 6 for the Jackets on 2nd and 18. That's Nason, a design run, and all that speed chasing him down.
Frederick Douglass is ready for that. They saw it in the first half. That was clearly an adjustment at halftime. They were ready for that formation and that run.
So the back-to-back penalties against Woodford on this drive, and to say they're up against it would be kind. It's third down and a mile from the 11.
Yeah, in this situation before, previously they've shown that they're going to throw it deep. They're going to take a shot here.
Under 2 in this third is Nason. Plenty of time. Guns it across the middle, and it's intercepted on the carom. Isaiah Kinney at the 20-yard line, and the Broncos with a takeaway.
There's the big play. There's the big play. The momentum changer right there. Great play. He was right where he needed to be on the carom.
His 5th interception of the year.
Yeah, outstanding job. Outstanding coverage, first of all, and second of all, great job being in the right place at the right time in the coverage in the secondary. It's a big play, Chris. Let's see if they can turn it into a touchdown.
Nason only his 6th interception this season. And the Broncos with sudden change. Perched at the Jackets 20.
Here they come.
First down and 10. There's a handoff inside, and that is Bryant, still sturdy, and a gain of a couple. Be second down and about 7.
Again, they're running into a heavy box, so it's can they make enough blocks to get Bryant free, or can Woodford County get him down before he gets going too fast?
What a gallant effort by both of these outstanding teams.
Oh, for sure. These are two of the best teams in the state without a doubt.
Bryant racing up the middle, and he is going to be close to the goal line, brought down at the 2, and it's 1st and goal.
That's just a tough run by a tough kid there, Chris. It's an unbelievable run. Leadership.
And Bryant, a shoelace tackle away from taking that in.
I'd say they're going to stay with it.
This offensive line, Kennedy, Lawson, Grimes, Lout, Madison, so big in this quarter. 1st and goal from the 3. As Dunn prances in motion. Bryant gets the call, and Bryant in for a score.
That was all hard, Chris. Woodford County had it stopped initially, and he just kept fighting into the end zone.
Ty Bryant, his 10th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Broncos lead 13-7. All set up by the interception from Isaiah Kinney. And that was preceded by those 2 Woodford penalties, which pretty much backed them up inside their kitchen.
Yeah, and they took the shot, and he had an open receiver. He just threw it a little bit behind him. He tipped it, and the Frederick Douglass defender was there to intercept it.
Ranvier on again. Terrian Hicks will be your long snapper. Busen will hold, and Ranvier, his value cannot be overstated tonight. Ranvier's kick is in, and Douglass by 7. We'll be right back to the farm on Glycod.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Ty Bryant in as you get another look. Douglass now with a big touchdown lead.
Yeah, you know, that was just the capping off of the interception. The defense did a great job. They took advantage of the penalties on Woodford County. They backed him up. They made him throw the pass. They were there for the interception, and then Ty Bryant, leader that he is, led him with heart into the end zone.
Cooper Ranvier on for Frederick Douglass. And a high kick. And it will propel into the end zone. Like Kenyon Maxbury could have brought that out. He elected to watch it trickle in.
Well, it's Woodford County's turn to respond, Chris. You know, they had a lot of opportunities earlier in the 3rd quarter. They didn't take advantage of them. And then Frederick Douglass basically held on to the ball for the rest of the 3rd quarter and scored. So we'll see what Woodford County's got up their sleeve.
Again, you don't want to belabor the point, but the Jackets had the ball at the 50 with about 30 seconds left in the first half and a timeout, and elected to not run a play and to take it to half, and we'll see how significant that could be. Perhaps not, but lots of football remaining. 1st and 10 from the 20, and Nason slung to the ground for no gain. That's Brandon Brooks.
Yep. Lots of penetration there. That was a rough exchange. That was a rough mesh between the quarterback and the fullback. They're going to take this to the 4th quarter.
Brandon Brooks been a little bit quiet tonight. A huge play in this Douglas team, this Douglas defense on their feet. 14-7, they lead Woodford County. Fourth quarter next on Glycod.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Second down and 9 looming for Woodford County from their 21-yard line. Frederick Douglass hanging on to a 7-point lead. Ty Bryant, a touchdown rush late in the third. That ball mishandled in the backfield, and Douglass says they have it.
And they do.
And that is confirmed. Douglass with the fumble recovery.
Chris, that was going to be outside. That was going to be our little reverse play coming back. If we watch it, that was going to be the trick play that we've been talking about that they've been setting up all night. And if you see it, you'll see the wingback coming back in motion. He's coming back along on the outside here. Yeah, he's coming back. Here's the receiver. We got the reverse in action. It was going to go to Aiden. It was going to go to Aiden Nelson on the reverse there, and a little bit of bad ball handling by Andrew Nason, and Frederick Douglass has a chance to really put a hold on this game.
Logan Busen with the recovery. Broncos, there is a penalty as the Bronco ball carrier down inside the 15-yard line.
Kind of in the neighborhood of holding there, Chris.
That flag trailing the plays. Ty Bryant got the call.
Again, we have a first down penalties. Those are drive killers. So let's see how Frederick Douglass responds to this first down holding call. It's going to end up being first and probably 22. Yep, first and 22.
Back at the 32, so first down and long for Frederick Douglass. We'll update the ticker when we're able. We will tell you Bryan Station defeated Trinity. They will be at home next week.
Ballard is up 28-0 on Madison Central, so that looks like it's kind of in the books.
Owensboro winning big. They potentially could be, of course, a lot of football left, but potentially they could be the matchup here next Friday with Bowling Green traveling to Georgetown to take on Scott County, but a lot of script left to be written here in this one. Davon Hart gets the carry, and Hart across the 30 to the 28. He'll pick up 4.
Yeah, Chris, right now Frederick Douglass just wants to control the clock, wants to, kind of slow down the tempo a little bit, make sure that they, bleed as much of this time off as they can and shorten the game for Woodford County.
You've seen all these Broncos rushers with success. Horton did it in the first quarter, Hart in the second, and Ty Bryant all about the third stanza.
Yeah, we'll see who finishes for them tonight.
Just over 11 to play. As Carpenter guns it across the middle, and he's got a target, and he's got a Bronco score.
Best throw of the night by far and away. Even better catch.
As Cameron Dunn.
Cameron Dunn, yes, sir. He made an unbelievable catch because that was well covered by the Woodford County Yellow Jackets.
Cameron Dunn, his 8th touchdown of the year, his 3rd in 2 weeks. And the Broncos, after the fumble recovery by Busen, now with a 2-score lead.
Yeah, now Woodford County really has to go on offense, and they can't make any more mistakes.
Cooper Ranvier on for the point after. Been a team effort tonight by Frederick Douglass. A complete game thus far. Ranvier on, and Frederick Douglass on top. 21-7 over Woodford County. We'll be right back on Glycod.com.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Carpenter to Dunn. And Frederick Douglass enjoying, as Kaywood used to say, their longest lead at 21-7.
Yeah, you know, that fumble is a big deal. Now Woodford has to do things that they're not really comfortable with doing all the time. They're going to have to score really quickly to get back in this game, and Frederick Douglass is not in the mood to let them score quickly. That defense is ready, and they're fired up.
Jackets badly need a special teams play to ignite this drive. And a hard-fought game as Ranvier, the hidden yardage and another touchback.
Yep, sets him up again, backs him way up.
Well, what's the formula for Woodford to creep back in this game?
Well, you know, Chris, they're going to have to complete, again, they need that big pass. They need a big play, whatever it is, the reverse, the big play, something. They need a big chunk play to get them going and to get that Frederick Douglass defense back on their heels and to get them scrambled a little bit. If they can't, they don't have enough time, really, in my mind, to just inch it down the field and win this game. So they got to hit a big play and get right back in it.
2 turnovers by the Jackets on the last 2 drives. Is Andrew Nason up under center, and he's going to gun it over to the left. That is Nelson, and Nelson close to a first down marker up at the 29-yard line.
You know, and Frederick Douglass is going to be happy to give that to him all the way down the field. It's going to take him a long time to score doing that. You know, Chris, we talk about turnovers in kicking game. Turnovers are the key tonight. The 2 are going to be hard for Woodford County to overcome.
Yeah, Isaiah Kinney, that huge interception. And then, of course, Busen with the fumble recovery. And you felt like Woodford identified him as a player they wanted to target, and he has certainly lived up to the challenge
tonight for sure.
Second down and short. And Nason gives to Stacy, and Stacy rambles for a first down up to the 35. And a flag.
Here we go. That's not good.
Got a penalty behind that play.
Looks like it's going to be on Frederick Douglass.
It'll be an automatic first. Personal foul on the Broncos.
Like you said before, that's a little hidden yardage there. That's a hidden chunk play right there for you, Chris.
Up to the 50.
Yeah, that's a big one because it stops the clock, lets him reset. Oh, they're starting. Frederick Douglass cannot relax here. This is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
Nason in a gun. Nelson, the decoy. Nason cannot go anywhere. Loss of a couple. Jalen Hand with a stop.
Those two big boys inside are very difficult matchups for everybody, and they are having a hard time blocking them.
Talking with a few folks over the last few weeks about this Bronco team. That front, not only 6A front, but maybe even small college with the girth inside.
Yeah, it's hard to move those two guys. They haven't really moved them. They may have run around them, but they haven't gone right through the middle very well at all tonight.
Second down and a dozen from the Yellow Jackets' 48-yard line. 2 receivers each side. As Nason. And movement of sorts. I think numerous movements.
Again, Chris, that's a sophomore quarterback, maybe feeling the pressure a little bit right here. You know, trying to do a little too much, trying to make too many checks at the line of scrimmage.
So 2nd down and 17 for Woodford County. Only one loss coming in, 11-1. They lost the regular season finale, somewhat surprisingly, to Simon Kenton. This program has had 2 outstanding seasons. Nason, he's going to heave it down the far side for Nelson, and challenged and incomplete.
Well, and Nelson wants pass interference, but there's no holding there, and that pass was about 5 yards out of bounds. So it's going to be 3rd and long here. This is definitely 4-down territory in Woodford County's eyes.
There's Jaden Dixon closing. It'll be 3rd down and a mile.
The most success they've had has been attacking the middle of the Frederick Douglass defense here with slants and posts and crossing routes. The vertical routes on the outside are not working. I think they're going to try to attack the middle here with the passing route.
Andrew Nason done an admirable job tonight. A big game for a sophomore, and he's going to leak it out to Stacy, and Stacy upended for no gain.
2-3. Yeah, that's
Jeremiah Lowe with a stop.
Well, that kid's just special right there. He diagnosed the play, saw where it was headed. Now they really don't have a choice. You can't go for this. You have to punt it. I know it doesn't look good for the Woodford County fans, but you're going to have to punt this. You just cannot go for this 4th down. You just put your team in too much trouble there.
Yeah, still 8:30 left. Woodford County 2 timeouts remaining. As we get a look at Lowe with a stop.
Outstanding play by him.
Now Nathan McPeak said if we give up 7-14 tonight, we might be in pretty good shape, and that's exactly what they've done to date. This Sawyer Ford will punt for the 6th time. No, he won't. It's a fake and snuffed out, and Douglas will have it at the Yellow Jacket 42-yard line.
You know, that's it was almost there. They just caught him a little bit by his shoestring there, but at the same time, you know, Woodford County really has to take a chance there. I understand why they did that. So.
Oh, you just said they had to punt a minute ago.
Well, but I can understand why they took that
well,
chance.
Certainly.
I can understand why they took it. I would have kicked it there and played with my defense, but, you know, I can understand why they did that. You know, it's 21-7, and, you know, you've had a hard time moving the ball tonight.
This game tied at 7 at halftime. And Frederick Douglass creating 2 big turnovers. Is that the difference thus far? With 8:11 left, Donnie in motion. And that is Horton with the call, and Horton up to the 42. Oh, excuse me, that's Bryant. I beg your pardon.
Yep, you're going to see a lot of that. They're going to milk this clock for everything it's worth and try to get out of here with the W. I would be very surprised if the ball goes up in the air at all for the Frederick Douglass Broncos.
Got some updated scores. We will update you. One with a lot of significance. We'll update you momentarily. It's 2nd down and 9 after a 1-yard rush for Bryant. It is Carpenter and a flag.
Oh, the right tackle left a little bit early.
Flag on the play. False start.
So a 5-yard mark off on Douglas. He's trying to string a couple of first downs together and continue to burn this clock.
2 or 3 might just do it here. 2 or 3 first downs.
In quarterfinal action. 24 games tonight in the state. 4 games per classification. So Beechwood with an early lead over Shelby Valley in 2A action. And another flag.
Delay again. They're going to
Timeout, Douglas.
We're going to have a Douglas timeout. A 30-second stop. 6:55 left. Be right back on Glycod.com.
Yellow Jackets 7.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Broncos lead by 14, 21-7. 6:56 left. Chris LeBar, Kellen Barnes, live at the farm. Your first trek up here, what do you think?
I'm sorry?
Your first trip up here,
Oh,
what do you think?
This is an amazing campus. Everything you want, everything you need. This is a beautiful place to play football. It's a little chilly tonight, but other than that, great facilities here.
Yeah, temps in the high 20s. And a few folks beneath us getting an early start home. Second down and 14 for Douglas. And there is a Bryant rush again, and he'll perhaps get back to the initial line of scrimmage, so it'll be about third down and 10.
Ty Bryant has really shown a lot of leadership here in the second half. He's taken over the third quarter in the second half, as a Division I senior leader should do. And he's really shown a lot of leadership and heart and led this team to the lead they're in right now.
How about that offensive line?
They're doing a great job. They've made a lot of adjustments because they've had to face a lot of pressure and blitzes from the Woodford County defense. They've been bringing it all night.
Well, Nathan McPeak, he takes that offensive line seriously. There's not a better O-line coach in high school football in the state. And, of course, his background and everything he's brought to this program. But he loves that offensive line. As Carpenter leaking it out, and he's got Webb, and Webb could not hang on.
I'm very surprised that they threw there. I would have been I would have thought they would have run the ball to keep the clock running. But it stops the clock, and they're going to have to punt here. And
Cooper Ranvier on. I think the Broncos perhaps going for the knockout punch there.
Yeah. Let's see if Cooper can pin him inside the 10 yet again.
Yeah, he has been outstanding tonight in special teams, and certainly the Broncos with their own issues in special teams last week versus Covcath. It has not been a deficiency tonight.
No, they only had one bad snap, and he caught it cleanly on the bounce. But other than that, everything's been smooth as a whistle.
Terrian Hicks, the long snapper instead of Corey Gamble, and Hicks has done beautifully as Ranvier. A high spiraling and short kick, and it's going to nudge out at about the 14-yard line.
Another effective kick, though, pins him way back.
About 37-yard punt.
Well, Chris, it comes down to whether Woodford County can hit a big play and get a stop, or, if they can't do that, then I think the Frederick Douglass Broncos will be moving on here.
Let's talk more about this Woodford County program. And Coach Johnson took a little bit of time to get his style in place. This program clearly on the rise.
Yeah, they're clearly well coached. They're clearly on the rise. They know what they want to do. That's the most important thing you can do as a coach. Make your players believe in what you want to do, and then coach them how to do that. And they know what they want to do. They know how to play. They just ran into 2 turnovers tonight.
Nason back to throw, pending pressure. Harkless in pursuit, and oh my, Nason will heave that for an incompletion, and he took a lick.
Yeah, he did. He's trying to make a play. They're down. He's trying to make a play here. Andrew Nason is going to grow up. He's going to be a junior next year.
Let's take a look at this pressure, if we can
it looks like
cue it up. And Harkless in pursuit. Oh my!
Harkless in hand. H&H after him again. They are a load and a handful inside.
Second down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. There's a little trickeration in the near side. Nelson looking for the edge, and he is tripped up at the 21-yard line. Just so much speed, and that's Busen again.
He's really he took the challenge, and he's run with it tonight. That was the play that they tried before that they fumbled on. They got it right this time, but Frederick Douglass had made the adjustments already clearly on the sideline.
5:27 left. Busen, sophomore, doesn't get the publicity of that front that Brooks, Harkless, and Hand do. And Boy, he's been something else tonight.
Yeah, they really identified him as who they wanted to go after, and he's taken the challenge, and he's grown up.
And that big fumble recovery.
Yep.
So we tiptoe under 5 minutes left in Woodford. 3rd down and 5 from their 21-yard line. And dumped short and incomplete. Hicks suffocating Mackay Smith.
Yeah, that was double coverage over there. The linebacker even dropped underneath. I'm not really sure what Nason was throwing at there. But now we got 4th and 5. It's a must-go. So we're going to see what Woodford County's all about. What's their best play they got tonight?
Terrian Hicks has done some kind of job on Woodford receiver Mackay Smith. Smith, 39 grabs coming in. Tied for the team lead, and he has been a non-offensive factor.
He's only got 1 tonight for a few yards. Nothing.
So Woodford, it's Custer's last stand, if you will, from the 21, 4th and 4. 2 receivers out far. And Nason back to throw. Up in the pocket and a nice run. He might net a 1st down. It's very close as he's up to the 25-yard line.
I believe they're gonna give it to him. But he slid, which is unusual there. Wow.
That one would net a certain review at the next level, but a great gutsy run by Nason. So 1st and 10. Nason gunning it on the out, and that's a misfire intended for Crow.
Yeah, like we said before, Chris, they're getting into stuff that they're not comfortable doing. They like to hold on to the ball. They like to control the clock here. Now they have to go fast. So we're going to see if they can hit a big play and maybe they're going to have to hit the play and then get the onside kick, but they got to get the big play first.
This Frederick Douglass defense, goodness gracious, are they stout, only giving up 5 points per game. Tops in the state.
They are very talented.
And Nason back to throw. Harkless in pursuit. Nason pounded again with an incompletion. And he will get up on his feet. That's a very tough young man.
Yeah, that was a very big hit there.
See if we can get another look at that hit.
Wow. It was a clean hit. He hit him mostly with his arms. Yep. That one hurt.
Wow. 3rd down at 10.
Chris, what really impresses you about the defense, the Frederick Douglass defense, is the team speed. They have speed at every position.
Really impressed by Nason's toughness tonight. That's a very tough young man. He's had a good ball game as a sophomore quarterback, and he has dropped. That ball's coughed up. I believe the Jackets recover it. But this Bronco defense taking over this game.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody was covered up there. Great coverage in the secondary, and just collapsed the pocket around him.
So Woodford County staring at 4th down and a bunch with 3:48 left.
Yeah. Desperation time here.
The farm is rocking tonight. A few folks have left early. Those that have not have been treated to a defensive masterpiece by Frederick Douglass. You had one Woodford County drive, but Bronco D has controlled this game and been dominant in this second half. Nason back to throw. He's going to throw it as far as he can, and that ball is caught. What a catch and a 1st down up at the 45-yard line, Mackay Smith.
Again, you know, the Broncos staying deep and over the top, and he just went underneath, a little bit underthrown. He went up and made the catch. Great play by a great player.
Smith's 2nd grab of the night as Woodford with a huge conversion on 4th down, and Nason going to heave it down the boundary looking for Nelson on a jump ball, and Nelson.
Wow, he caught it.
Incomplete as he nearly grabbed that with that left hand.
Yeah, he went up with one hand and almost got it.
There you see the athleticism from Nelson.
2nd down and 10.
There's the catch from
that was Smith, the preceding throw. And Woodford back at their 45-yard line. Still 2 timeouts left and 2:58 on the clock. You join us for our Most Outstanding Player presented by Elite Building Products at the conclusion of this game. Stacy leaks out. There's Nason in the gun. Maxbury around the corner and a crafty run by Maxbury, and he'll shift gears and be dropped at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Chris, this Woodford County team has not given up. They're still fighting. They have a long way to go, but they're taking their shots at them.
That's a 17-yard run by Maxbury and a Douglas injury at the bottom of your screen.
First down, Woodford County. Timeout.
Frederick Douglas, that's Isaiah Kinney, that is ailing. As you see that great run by Maxbury. So with idle time, we will take a quick break. Woodford County on the march. We're back to the farm in a moment on Glycod.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Isaiah Kinney off under his own power.
Well, Chris, now that Woodford County's opened it up a little, I don't understand why the clock's running. Oh, I'm sorry. The ball went down in play. The clock should be running.
So 2:40 now, less than that. First down and 10, Woodford. Again, 2 timeouts remaining, but they've got to score twice. 2 receivers out far, and now the whistle blows. And the Jackets out on the field, and they're going to call one of their 2 timeouts. So some evaporated time there.
Yeah, I don't think they were aware that the clock was going to start, and it looked like some confusion on offense there. We still have we have a chance for an exciting finish here. What I was going to say was now that Woodford County's opened it up a little bit, there's a few bigger holes in the defense of the Frederick Douglass defenders, and Woodford County has a lot of talent as well. These are 2 very, very well coached and good teams.
I almost get the sense this feels like a state semifinal.
It really does. Even like a state championship final. These are 2 very, very good teams.
There's no doubt about that. Woodford County having really 2 outstanding seasons in succession, and talking with Dennis Johnson, he felt like last year was the experience they needed to be in a better position this year, that they learned a lot from that South Warren semifinal loss last week. And for Douglas, a lot of pressure on their shoulders. Heck, they've been number 1 since Memorial Day, really getting ready for this season.
For sure.
And
they should be. They have all. There's a ton of talent over there.
Trying to win that elusive state championship. Still work to be done, but gallant effort by that defense in this half. As Nason rolls right, and he's going to heave to Smith, underthrown and incomplete. That was Jaden Dixon. He's had a ball game, and he came to punch that away.
All 3 of those guys could have had their hands on that ball there. Again, they're having to move the pocket, though, to protect him. They're having to move the pocket to protect him because Harkless and Hand are just, pardon the pun here, but they're a handful in there. So, it's just those 2 guys are tough.
Well, again, Woodford County without their top offensive lineman at right guard, and Ball State commit Tristan Cook tore his MCL in practice this week. And that Yellow Jacket offensive line, they have done some good things in this game, but in this second half, it's been all that Douglas front. Well, 2nd down and long. Maxbury in motion. Nason fires a seed, and it is picked off. Intercepted. There is Dixon. And the Broncos with 3 second-half turnovers.
Yeah, and that's going to just be probably too much for the Woodford County Yellow Jackets to overcome. 3 turnovers is it's hard. They're having to press, and they pressed them into that.
So Nason with the interception, Dixon with a pick, and just 2:12 remaining as we get another look.
Yeah, he floated it up there a little bit too high. You know, that's a learning experience for the young kid. Fortunately for him, he gets to come back next year, but, you know, he'll learn from that as he comes back as a junior next year. I look for him to be one of the leaders in the state at quarterback because he's very athletic. He has a lot of promise.
At the conclusion of this game, we'll have a look at your final numbers, and pending other finals, we will update you on next week's playoff matchups in the state semifinals. Getting up to the 34-yard line. That is TJ Horton, and Horton a little bit limber. We talked at the top of the show, Kellen, about these three Douglas running backs, and they all do something differently.
Yeah, you know, the Horton kid, he's a real jitterbug. He's kind of like a water bug. He gets in there and he's got outstanding feet and he makes people miss. And then you have, Hart. Hart is more of the power guy, and then the Bryant kid, he's all heart, he's all athleticism, and he's the team leader. You can tell when the money's on the line, they're giving it to Bryant. So you have three guys that can really, you know, carry the load, but they do it in all different ways.
So TJ Horton ailing, and we will take a quick break. Broncos in control late at the farm on Glycod.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
TJ Horton limping off the field as Davon Hart summons in for the Broncos. Clock continuing to run. It's Graham Dunn in motion. There's that flag thrown.
Yeah, that three-headed Bronco back there is very hard to defend because they can just pound you. You know, and then you get Horton. Hopefully he's okay for next week, but he's the one that just makes you miss, and then he's gone. And then, you know, you have Davon Hart here, who's the power guy. And then, like I said before, Ty Bryant, he's just the one he's the winner. He's the one that they're going to win with. Whenever it's time to win, they're going to give him the ball and let him win it for him.
Cam Dunn with a touchdown reception earlier in this game. He's got 3 touchdowns in a couple of weeks. And Darian Talbert has been the focal point at times as well.
For sure.
Sophomore receiver.
Yeah, you know, the receivers they're very fast, and they're always open. We got to work on the Carpenter kid getting the ball to him a little bit.
2nd and 9, that's Hart, and Davon Hart shifting the ball to that right hand right before contact. He'll take it to the 46. Gain of about 3 yards. So 3rd down and 3 coming up. Hard to imagine, though, this is the first meeting in this series between these two teams. Douglas only been in existence now 6 years, but you get the sense, even if they're not in the same district, it would benefit both teams moving forward.
To play a lot, yeah. But they already look like they know each other pretty well. They're playing like they've known each other for a long time. So these are 2 outstanding football teams. Talent-wise, coaching-wise, playing-wise, these are 2 of the best teams, like I said before, in the state, and they can play with anybody from 1A to 6A.
Just over a minute left. Our great crew here tonight, Cy, our camera operator, he is checked in this press box as often as he can on dead balls because it's very cold out there. Jackson Miller doing an outstanding job, our producer. Steve Bird at remote headquarters.
Yeah, Chris, this is
a timeout for the Broncos.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd down. If they get this, then they're going to take the knee. But looking ahead a little bit while we're talking here, next week is a big week. We got semifinals. I got to play in 2 state championships, so when you're looking at the semifinals, you're looking at practicing on Thanksgiving morning, and there's nothing more special in a high school kid's life than practicing on Thanksgiving morning because in your class there's only 3 other teams practicing with you, so you get those goosebumps and everything, and so it's a really special thing for those kids.
And how about these two high schools up here? 4 miles apart, whatever it is, Douglas and Bryan Station, different classes, moving on to the Final Four.
Incredible, incredible. You know, it's not what, everybody sits back in August and says, this is what's going to happen. And then we get to late November, early December, and here's what's happened. So you got to play the games. You can't just go on paper.
Two good friends, Nate McPeak, Philip Hawkins. They're involved in numerous coaching associations and such, and there will definitely be congratulatory text this evening, perhaps a phone call. Third down and a few. And Hart stood up for a loss of a couple. The fourth down, and this Woodford program, heck, they're going to lose tonight, but this is a very well-coached team, and they are trending upward.
They are very much trending upward. You can tell, like I said before, the kids believe in the coach believes in the kids, and they know what they want to do. They have an idea about how they want to play the game.
Really enjoy Dennis Johnson. He also moonlights as the athletic director. He's not a harder working guy in high school athletics than that young man. And two very class coaches and programs will meet at the 50 as Douglas moving on to the state semifinal. This game was tied at 7 at half.
Chris, this could have very well just been the state championship game. It really could have. These are two teams that are equally capable of being in the state finals.
Lots of media here on the field. Douglas moving on. 21-7 over Woodford County. Be right back on glycod.com.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their state-of-the-art showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Or shop online at cartownkiausa.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Congratulations to Frederick Douglas moving on to the state semifinal. They defeat Woodford County 21-7, and we were talking, Kellen, at break perhaps this looked almost like a state final.
Yeah, it really had all the makings of a state championship game. You had two great teams, and we were just talking about some of the kids that are on the field. I mean, they have great-looking players. They're very well coached. They're classy programs. And, it took two turnovers to change the tempo, to change this game around.
Isaiah Kinney with a huge interception in the third quarter for Douglas, and Logan Busen, an equally large fumble recovery. Those two plays the difference. And then Ty Bryant on the ground, especially in that third quarter.
Well, and it was the way he ran. He wasn't getting big chunks at the beginning, but he was showing his team that he was in it to win it. And he was just running so hard and with so much physicality. And you could see him firing everybody up in the huddle. And that leadership really turned the game around in the third quarter.
We've got lots to get to in our postgame. We'll have a look at the most outstanding player. We'll also update you on some final numbers and then look forward to next week as some matchups have been confirmed. Douglas, a winner tonight over Woodford. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessaminehealth.org/wellness.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Back to the farm in Lexington. There you see the final score. Frederick Douglass by 14 over Woodford. Now for the most outstanding players from Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, Ty Bryant and Aiden Nelson.
Yeah, those two guys really stood out as the leaders for their team. Aiden Nelson had a great game on defense, and he also made the big play that led to the touchdown in the first half for the Yellow Jackets. And then for Ty Bryant, he just was he's such a classy player. When his team needed him, he stepped up, he led them down the field to get the go-ahead touchdown, get him in the field position, and then he took the go-ahead touchdown, and he kind of willed them into the victory.
Goodness gracious, that Bronco defense, so many unsung heroes. I mean, my goodness, they all made plays, did they not?
I think from every single position, everyone made plays. And even the young man, Busan, that they were trying to isolate in the option game, he took advantage, and he stood up and said, no, I'm not going to be taken advantage of. The speed, the athleticism, the Hand and Harkless inside, they are going to be a very tough out no matter who they face.
You had Isaiah Kinney with an interception, Jaden Dixon with a pick. Jeremiah Lowe, we called his name numerous times out on the boundary.
It's just an amazing group of kids. They run hard to the football. They play physically. They're, like I said, they're going to be a very tough out because they have all the athleticism and they have the mind for the game. They're not just running around out there.
What did you think of Andrew Nason's play?
He is a talented kid, and he is going to be a big-time player later on. But, tonight's a learning experience. So you have to learn where to throw the ball and when to throw the ball. Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor, and you got to throw that ball away. And then other times, take that chance.
Wore down a little bit in the second half, but I think clearly he is an outstanding, a lot of talent for him.
Very much so. The run, the dual threat ability, he can really run, and that's a very important weapon in today's football game. They run the triple option and then they spread it out and they throw it around a little bit. So, it's going to be how they coach him and how he develops and the maturity that he has growing up and how good he wants to be.
Broncos moving on. They defeat Woodford County 21-7. We'll take one more break, be back to look ahead to next week's confirmed matchups. Be right back on Glycod.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Frederick Douglass a winner 21-7 over Woodford County. The Broncos will host an Owensboro team here next week. Owensboro winning their game, and that'll rekindle a series. Been a few moments since they played together.
Yeah, you're going to look at an Owensboro team that's grown up a lot this year, and again, another outstanding football team in 5A. This class is full of good teams, classy teams that have a lot of talent.
In the other 5A matchup, Southwestern came from behind to defeat Scott County, won that game 23-22. Bowling Green, the likely opponent for Southwestern. It will be a home game in Somerset. And then in 6A, our other game in this area, Bryan Station, a winner 10-7, their first trip to the Final Four since 1999.
Yeah, that is a big deal. That is a big deal. That means that re-energizes a program and just re-energize an area about how well the football can be played.
Bryan Station will host Bullitt East. Of course, Bullitt East coached last year by former Lexington Christian head coach Ethan Ashley. There was a switch, and the new coach in Mount Washington inherited a lot of offensive talent.
Well, the quarterback, the Egan kid, he's unreal. You know, he can put it on a dime. He can run over, he can run around you. He's just an amazing player. So.
That'll do it for us. A great night here on GlyCod.com. Thank you so much for watching at home. Again, the final score, Frederick Douglass 21, Woodford County 7. Our outstanding on-site producer tonight, Jackson Miller. Steve Bird, our executive producer, and Cy, our wonderful camera operator. For our color analyst, Kellen Barnes, I'm Chris LeBar. Good night from Lexington. We'll see you next Friday for more high school football on GlyCod.com. Good night.
From GlyCod, this has been R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School Football. R.J. Corman Railroad Group in Nicholasville, serving the railroad industry since 1973. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance agents Sean Atkinson and Kyle Rowe, big on commitment. Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires. The Jessamine County Health Department, jessaminehealth.org. The Prescription Pad, your local pharmacy in Nicholasville. Elite Building Products, for all your window, door, and siding needs. CHI St. Joseph Jessamine, and Citizens National Bank.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @GlyCod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation